So that's why sometimes when I be like, when I talk like this, you know what I'm saying? Switch it up real quick.
Wait, so let me
Y'all
ask you
hear me?
something before
We're
we
good.
continue
We're
though.
good. We're good.
Yeah,
Wait, so
yeah.
Trey, when you talk, like you said, you sound like a nerd. Do you feel like your voice matches your body?
No, I don't, bro. Every girl that I talk to when they first meet me, they're like, "You don't sound like I thought you were gonna sound." I'm like, "How'd you expect me to sound? Like you expect me to sound like this? Hey, what's up? What's poppin', mama? How you doing? Like, what's good with you?" Like they expect me to have this
Do
low.
you actually call girls mama?
No, I'm just saying that's what they expect me to talk like. I'm gonna say they expect
Hey,
me to be on
mama.
that game. Like they expect me to have my like they expect me to be at like a low register. Like talk like this.
No, I know what you
How you
mean.
doing?
This is funny. This is
What's
funny.
up? And I could talk like if I really wanted to do this on a
We
regular
good.
basis,
We
you know what I'm
good.
saying?
We
I
good,
could
yo.
do this, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hopefully they can hear us.
We're here, bro. We're
They
here.
said we good
Um,
now.
Hey, I need you
so
to
Trey,
reiterate. I need you to reiterate anyway, because I'm trying to. I'm actually. My mind's
Oh,
blown.
wait, hold on, because I want to say this because he
We
said a lot,
wait, wait,
but
wait.
he didn't.
Also, we need to start over because we didn't hear anything. So we need to
yeah,
start
they
from
didn't
the
hear anything, so
beginning.
it doesn't matter. We gotta go back, so it's all
Oh,
good. So let me
they're
make
gonna,
it quicker.
gonna have a whole
I, it's all
montage.
good.
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna bring it right back. I'm gonna bring it right back
No,
really
no,
quick.
no.
I'm gonna say this really quick.
You don't have to, Trey.
I'm talking about the intro.
Okay, we can do that.
Oh, this
Trey,
the
also,
beginning.
Yeah, start over.
when Trey, when you say this, you don't have to mention every song. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta mention every
You're
song
right. You're right. Right. Let's go. Go ahead.
because it's a mid album.
What's up, y'all? We're on. What's up, y'all? It's All Opinions Podcast. What's popping?
Ooh.
Tomatoes. Hey, it's All Opinions Podcast. What's popping? What's Gucci? Go ahead,
Where
man.
all opinions matter in some kind of
Hey,
drama.
where all opinions sometimes matter,
All
usually
opinions
not.
matter.
But
What's up, y'all? My name is Trey. What's up, y'all? I'm trying to get popping. What's up? My name's Trey. I'm the oldest of the three. You know what I'm saying? Every day with Trey on all socials. Go ahead.
It's your boy Ian, aka Jeryellx, aka Jerry. You know what I'm saying? I'm the second oldest since we want to throw age out there.
We didn't throw age. You said who's the oldest.
I know.
and all all that, yeah. Let's get to it, man. So we done talked about everything. We done talked about what we talked about last week. We're gonna bring it back, refresh you guys for what we talked about. The first subject we're gonna get to is obviously the Weekend album and Gunna album because we've had time to digest it, and also Gunna added the song with Drake. So we're gonna first start with the Weekend album. Trey, if you'd like to take that away, let's keep it short and
Yeah, so
cut.
to speed it up, because I said it. I first thought that the Weeknd's album was a two-pack of ass. Thought it was trash. I really did not like it at all. But I was listening to it with more emotions than when I was listening to it first, for it being song to song. So I ended up keeping. After re-listening to it again, I ended up keeping 8 out of the 16 songs. Now 50% is not good still, but I originally had 0 songs, so now it's just a one pack of ass. So for me, it was really cool. It was really important for me to go through, really be honest with myself and honest with the music. Now I did keep 8 of them, but I was listening to the songs, and a lot of the songs do have old Weeknd like instruments and sounds. He just has them sped up a bit. Now he does have those 80s songs like where I'm like, bro, you're not Michael Jackson. You're not like like any of those 80s people. And then his 80s songs sound more like Caucasian 80s song, like not like black people 80s music. Those are two different 80s music. They use the same instruments, but it's not the same different sound. Like Tory Lanez went more like the black route, and then The Weeknd went more like the white route,
Yeah, I
which is
see.
cool. But
I didn't hear Tory Lane's
when you take a chance to listen to
Tory
it, you'll
Lane's
see like
song.
you can tell the difference between the 80s vibes between the two. It's like Bruno Mars, how Bruno Mars does a little bit more soul with the 80s. This wasn't that with that. But I just feel like as soon as the album started with Gasoline, where he was doing that, oh, I'd like to do my like when he started doing that deep voice, I'm like, bro, what are you doing, bro? Like, what is this? And from the beginning, I just ended up hating every track because of my emotion towards that song. But I was thinking about like certain songs that like How Do I Make You Love Me? If he had dropped like a Starboy and put that on Starboy, that would have been one of my favorite songs from the thing, like because it would have flown like gone through smoothly. But like I said, I switched my mind. At first, I thought it was just completely trash, but it's not that trash. It's okay. I got 8 songs from it. Really could have 7. Don't Break My Heart. I know it's gonna grow on me. I'm happy that at least it keeps some Weeknd songs. I'm a huge Weeknd fan. Like, y'all know I've been a fan of the Weeknd since like forever, like 2009, 2010. So to keep some of them is cool. But like I said, if he keeps going down this route where he keeps eliminating his old sound, I'm gonna have to jump off the train like
So
for good.
your 8 consisted of what songs?
How do you make me? How do I make you love me? Out of time. Here we go again with Tyler the Creator, and Tyler the Creator's verse was dope. Best Friends was actually really smooth. Oh, there was a song where that might be the Tyler the Creator song where he did like the Weekend flow. I didn't really even pay attention, but he did like his flow on one of these songs. Um, I don't know which one it is. I think it's Here We Go Again. It's Out of Time. Out of Time is where he did his flow, and I was like, oh, I don't know why I missed this, but I was so emotionally invested in the fact that I thought this album sucked. So the '80s music is Out of Time. Is There Someone Else is good? Starry Eyes, Don't Break My Heart, and I Heard You're Married featuring Lil Wayne.
So
Okay.
you didn't name one of the songs, like none of the best songs.
What songs will you have?
All right. So take
Let me pull up his album real
wait,
quick.
what?
Before you get there, Ian, what did you think about the album?
I thought it wasn't for me. Now,
You are literally the Weeknd, so I need to know this because you are the Weeknd. Ian was on Tumblr.
Actually-
he was on this, he was on that, and I feel like the Weeknd was posting on that type of stuff. That's just
so
you.
actually, let me take it back. I'm not gonna say it wasn't for me. I enjoyed the album, but I'm not going to listen to it. It didn't have any replay value for me. Does that make sense? But far as like where he was at, I understood where he was going with the album. So the whole point of the album is he's been in a dark place. Now he's into the light. And his music represents where he is now. And the lyrics represent where he is now. That makes sense? So
Yeah.
I'm picking it up.
so knowing that, it changed from the first time I listened after what Trey said versus the second time when I actually was like, hold on, let me learn about this album first and then go into it. Changed my perspective of it. Also, and these are probably going to be the most popular songs, but they just are, they're heat. Take My Breath. I don't even think you mentioned that one. Take my
Because that was a single.
away. Yeah, that's fire.
But that was a single. He dropped
I
that
didn't know
last
that.
year in the summer.
Yeah.
Wouldn't know.
I wouldn't even. I
Wouldn't
wouldn't.
know.
I wouldn't.
Sacrifice.
He dropped it
Go
last
on.
summer.
Sacrifice.
What are the songs?
Sacrifice
Thank you.
was
Thank you.
flames, bro.
That was probably. I think that was the best song of the album.
Filet mignon, bro. It was.
I think
so,
it was the best song.
It sounded like a fake Michael Jackson song.
sounds like haters be like.
Nah.
And then the third
Bro,
one.
the
third one is There Someone Else or Not? Like how do
Is There Someone Else? I have that on the list. I told you that.
Oh, I didn't hear you say it, but
It's just called Is There Someone Else?
But-
That's all it's called.
I don't think it's called Is There Someone Else or Not? Because
I'm looking at the track.
I'm looking at the list. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm looking at it.
But
Yeah, Is There Someone Else?
either way, those two songs are. If you listen to like just the lyrics and just how the songs flow, bro, it's heat. Especially Sacrifice.
Yeah.
Sacrifice was
Yeah,
Sacrifice was heat, bro. And I'm actually surprised.
So-
But I want to come back at what you said, but because I think that what you're saying is correct. I understood the gist of the album, right? But when he goes, I feel like Earned It is a really light, good-hearted, bright song, R&B song. That's an album that could fit in this time frame of the mindset he's at. And he didn't put any like I'm saying, like you can be in the light and talk about positive stuff or bright stuff, or you're in a different place, but you don't have to completely remove the sounds. Just sing about something different.
Different album. It's a different album. That whole album, Beauty Behind the Madness, that was a orchestra. I felt like I was at like a opera house, strings, dun, dun, dun. Like bro, he starts it out crazy and he flows with that and Earned It. Dun, dun, dun. It would not fit on this album at all. It doesn't make sense.
So-
No, but I'm saying he can do that.
I would like
he can do an
my
R&B
two
track.
cents.
Yeah, what's up, Huuunt?
Go ahead, bro.
Because I did listen to the album today, first time, and I thought Sacrifice was definitely the best song on there for sure. I thought that when I heard it, I was like, as it was 80 vibes, but in like the same breath, I was sitting there, I'm like, this is gas. Like, regardless, like the Weeknd's not gonna make bad music. We said that last week too. He's not gonna make bad music, but like this is one of them ones. Like, okay, this is a great song. And then I did like Out of Time too. I really enjoyed Out of Time. That was my second favorite. But besides that, I think the album, like you said, just isn't for us. Isn't for me. No playback value really. Like I'll play those songs maybe, but like I'm kind of in a different space too right now.
I
Like I'm
think
not
that's
really
kind of where
trying
it
to be on
is.
the type of stuff. So I don't really care to really listen right now. But I thought it was solid for what he was going for. He accomplished. And yes, it does probably sound more like white '80s music. Like it sounds like it's gonna be in movies
Oh, it's
on
definitely
that
gonna
type
be
of
in movies.
thing.
Definitely gonna be in retail stores. We know
Yeah,
that for sure.
runways, all that type.
Yeah.
Like it'll be in all that type of stuff. So he'll sell, but I don't think it'll be.
Boy, moaning for.
Yeah, it's
It just
just
sounds,
killing it.
bro.
Like
It just sounds like the Breakfast Club when the dude at the end of the movie just throws his fist in the air when he get out the thing, bro.
Nah,
That's
bro.
like
well, what do you make it out of 10? What would you say out of 10 in terms of
5.
his your stands for him in terms of what he went for?
In terms of my personal opinion, for me, is I have to think about me and then the masses.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? 5 out of 10 for me. But if you think about the masses, which is people of caucus, they're gonna rate this a 10 out of 10 for them. This is gonna be Rolling Stone. I think we're rated 10 out of 10. They're gonna take it. It's gonna be in retail stores, like y'all said. It's gonna be in some movies. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not hating on, like, the music is good music. It's great music. He's always gonna make great music. But this part of me, and I feel like the core base of the Weeknd, because most of these people who like this new music, bro, are new people. Like they're not like core fans. They say Trilogy is his first album. They don't know their mixtapes. Like that's what I'm saying. Like these are not core fans. These aren't people when he dropped mixtapes separately. So these people don't have that same feeling or emotion how it feels when those albums dropped at those times in your life when those things came out. They're only like listening to him just drop albums and waiting for these blinding light songs and everything. And don't get me wrong, they're if I'm in the mood, like let's say I'm like out or whatever, I happen to be at a restaurant and the song comes out, or I'm at the retail store, it comes on, I'm a vibe while I'm shopping, but that's not coming on in the car.
I fuck yes, that's a vibe. That's a vibe. So, Ian, what would you say for you, and then for like what he tried to accomplish?
I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. The one thing that I do know with the Weeknd, and it's just kind of weird, and this is why I mess with the Weeknd, is because we always seemed like there's no weird stuff, but we just seemed like we were in the same space, so I could relate to the music, and him. This is what it is, bro. You relate to artists, and
You do.
and
Facts.
and that's just what it is. Sometimes they go through stuff, and you just so happen to be going through that same thing or something similar, so you you just listen to that. And he was.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I was just in the darkest of dark places. I wasn't doing coke or nothing like that. But I could just always relate to the music, and he's in a place of light right now. I feel like I could definitely say the same for myself. So, I give it a 7 out of 10. A 7 out of 10 for sure. I don't think it's.
We're like Rick Ross, DJ Khaled.
I,
Like what?
I I give it a strong 7 out of 10. I don't think it's his best album though.
Oh yeah, no.
Not at
I
all.
don't.
Not even close.
But
Not even.
I just agree with you guys. Honestly. But he did accomplish what he set out to accomplish.
So what do you think it is out of 10?
I would say 6 out of 10 for me, and
So he said 5. You said
not
6. I said 7.
yes. That's what I'm saying. So it's like the same
It's
thing.
around the same thing.
And then he did what he wanted to accomplish it's gonna
For
take
him.
over the industries, obviously.
And then
But
the other thing is, you have to remember that he had another album that he scrapped. So we were actually going to get a whole different sound. But he scrapped that because of the pandemic, because of just everything people were going through. And
He shouldn't have scrapped it.
So he did that because of what everybody else, was going through as an artist. You know what I'm saying? For his fans, it was more of a, dang, this has been a depressing time. Let me not make music.
Would have been great.
You sad sap.
sad sap.
You
Sad
sad
sappy
sap.
sap. But the good thing is we did have a W. And Gunna set out and did what he had to do.
I look like a
with his
bug.
album. So that's just how I feel. So Trey with the week. Ian, maybe I don't know how many times you listened to the album.
I listened to it 2
last
times,
week.
bro. Listened to it 2 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably listened to a good 50 more, maybe more, honestly. With the addition of push power. What do you guys think?
You like that song so much, and that song is mid to me too.
I never said that. I'm just asking, what do you guys think the addition of that did to the album, if anything?
Nothing. It's the same album, bro.
Yeah, I just didn't.
I just
didn't want to hear.
I think when you get a Drake verse, though, it brings some more attention, though. So.
Every time, and I don't think Drake's verse. I think Drake's verse was good. I thought Gunna's verse was good. The only thing I didn't like about the song was the entire time I got to hear John moaning in my ear, and it wasn't like it was just like it comes up. It's like every other second, the entire song, I have to hear a moan. That doesn't sound good to me. That doesn't sound good, you know. I can go deeper into that, but I'm not. I just didn't like that. If you take that off, maybe have it like once or twice, you know, a few times, probably would listen to the song. But you can't just pull up somewhere just listening to that song. Like what you
I saw some people on Snapchat actually. These dudes that play basketball at this one school, having a kickback, and they was playing it. So it was like, hey, they vibing to it, you know what I'm saying? But just in general, just the album in general, not even just like.
Oh, Tre's the one.
Now that it's marinated a little bit more, I don't know what Tre, if anything changed, or if you heard any other songs that you liked maybe since then.
Let me pull up the soundtrack real quick. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. My feeling towards it didn't change. I felt like this is Gunna.
I played that last song to.
What song you played for him?
Like, yeah, you played Too Easy. You played the So Far Ahead Empire song.
Yeah,
and it was a vibe. And like I told you before, that song it's a Gunna song. Like I'm not shocked by the track. It's a good song, great track, but it's Gunna. Like that's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying this album is Gunna. Like everything I expect from Gunna, I got from Gunna on this album.
So
from what I know of Gunna, that's why I got. I said that I was expecting him because I feel like Gunna is eccentric. I feel like he's a little different than like Baby and Thug. So I feel like he could stretch out the sounds and do something different with the music. Now I do want to say I listened to where is it at? Missing Me. That grew on me a lot more. That changed. That gave me a different perspective. Let me go up. There's another one on here that I liked.
I like how you have your hands folded, Ian.
I'm just trying to wait.
It's like you're about to pick them apart.
I'm about to bow. Got you.
You can bow me all you can bow me all you want, but
I just want to hear what you have to say.
When Tre gets to his guns, bro, he tries to stick to them so hard. Yeah, you notice that?
I'm saying I gave his album a 7 out of 10. I think I would give it an 8 out of 10 now. Just because some of the songs grew on me and I liked them a little bit more. But I don't think it doesn't change my like perception of what Gunna is. Like I'm not shocked by the songs.
So in other words, this is what I'm getting at. Cause you were like, oh, this is a Gunna project. This felt like a Gunna project. Gunna. So if this was Gunna written all over it, I'm just trying to find out where you think like something is like wrong.
I don't think anything's wrong.
So you're just saying it's an 8 out of 10.
I'm saying it's an 8 out of 10. It's not the greatest album in the world. It's good. I can vibe to it. Like,
but
no. The thing is, you rate it based on who the artist is. Yeah. So you rate it on. So is it better than their other projects? But you haven't listened to his projects.
I haven't listened to those projects. I'm going off of other singles. I'm going off of other singles I've heard. Like, so I can't
listen to those other projects, so he can't tell us.
Yeah, I can't give you a full project on that. I can't. But it's all opinion, so I can give you my opinion. So out of the singles I've heard, this is what I've expected from him on the album. So I'm saying that it's a good album, but maybe if like, for instance, to get a 10 out of 10, if he had like 2 or 3 songs that kind of like went out, like shot, like, oh, dang, he got this in his bag, I would have been like, oh, cool.
What is that though? What are you trying to?
I don't know, bro. You guys shocked me. Like, for instance,
because if Drake makes an album,
right?
For example, Nothing Was the Same.
Right.
How much of a difference was his voice on there? Because he rapped and sang. So what is he really doing differently that we don't expect from Drake that makes it a 10?
Yeah. So what?
Let me tell you something. I can take you from Take Care to Nothing Was the Same, because on Take Care, it started off with the girl singing and him singing on the track. On Nothing Was the Same, he did 3 transitions in one song and spit bars on all 3 transitions. All his intros are all different. The
That's
next
not
album
what I'm saying.
on Views, he had an opera. What's that song? All My Friends. This is all of my friends. Any friends anymore? That song.
Yeah.
He had like a whole
That was around the same time
orchestra.
The Weeknd was doing his thing.
Yeah, he had same time as the Weeknd. He had a whole orchestra. So I'm not like there's something different each time. Something is coming that's different each time.
No, Trey. But you're you're talking about production and beat and stuff. You mentioned Gunna's voice. You mentioned him trying to
be melodic
or something. What I'm trying to figure out, what is he supposed to do differently? But you also haven't listened to him enough to know that how he.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just giving you my opinion. My thing is, if he gave me like a Don Toliver double standards, I'd be like, okay.
That's not the type of artist he is, though.
I'm not saying that's the type of artist. I'm saying if he gave me that, I would give the album a 10 out of 10. 8 out of 10 is not bad.
Saying. Why are you trying
8
to
out of 10
find
is not bad.
It's not. Like why are you trying to find something? Yeah, why are you trying to find something specific in him that he should do in another artist when he's being true to who he is?
Let's say this real quick. What you want and what I want are 2 different things.
No,
I want more. Wait. I want more from the album. This to me might be sufficient for Hunter. He might be like, this is good. This is sufficient for me. This album isn't sufficient for me to be like, this is a 10 out of 10.
That's not what I'm
like. I don't know.
That's not what I'm saying. Or what he's saying. First off, you're the one that said a Gunna project. So if you're gonna base Gunna, you're gonna base Gunna on Gunna, not Gunna on what Trey wants or Gunna on Don Toliver.
I'm the consumer.
It's not what but you're basing it on the Weeknd. You're basing it on his other projects. I know you haven't listened to Gunna's projects, but you can't base it on that. You have to base it on what has been produced.
I'm basing it off I'm basing it off the tracks that I've heard from Gunna in the past. I haven't listened to a full project, but I've listened to enough of his singles.
What songs have you heard, bro? You've heard Top Off.
I don't know. First, let me say this real quick. You already know my memory sucks, so I don't even know why you.
I'm telling you what you heard.
You know I'm not good with lyrics. You know I'm not good with lyrics. You know I'm not good with lyrics. You know I'm not good with
telling you what you heard.
But I'm just letting you know you're not good. I have to go through and look.
You can rate.
You heard Top Off.
You can tell me what I've heard, but I probably heard some other ones. I'm just saying, like you can tell
rate
me
it whatever
you don't know,
bro. You can rate it whatever you want. But what I'm saying is, you can't say that.
How did you feel about it, Ian?
I thought it was a great album. I thought it was flames.
What would you rank it?
For a Gunna album? Either
or rate it. Yeah, rank it or rate it.
I'd say like a 8.5, 9.
This is the best project he ever dropped.
Well,
no.
But I'd give it an 8.5 or 8.5, 9.
But you ranked it a 10 out of 10.
Not DS2 is a 12 out of 10.
This man.
DS2 is a 12 out of 10.
You're a fan.
Hey,
DS2 is a 12 out of 10. And honestly, this album can surpass it.
I didn't think it was better than
my bad. Wanna is a 12 out of 10.
Wanna was perfect, bro.
Nah, Wanna was perfect from top to bottom. DS2 was 11 out of 10 for me. This is a 10 out of 10. It has potential to get there. I need to see what the Deluxe is talking about.
What do you think about DS3?
That's a 9 because I don't like hearing a couple songs on there.
I understand. It's really it was the features though. For me, a lot of
it was a lot of the features that kind of ruined it. I didn't want Playboy Cardi on there, and I didn't.
But I want to listen to Yachty.
Playboy Cardi had a year messing up people's songs.
But that wasn't the same year though.
Yeah,
that wasn't the same year.
That's
it wasn't. Oh,
no, it was the year he dropped. It was the year he dropped Die Lit.
Then he just has a track. Then he just has a track record then.
Well, that's neither here nor there.
That's here or there.
Well, all in all, thought it was a great Weeknd music.
You should listen to more Gunna.
I am. I'm going to be honest with you. Give me about a month. We can revisit the Gunna topic. Now we'll talk about how I feel about Gunna after too.
And then we can discuss how
you already know how I feel about the type of way.
Lil Baby. How do you feel about Lil Baby?
Lil Baby's fire. Lil Baby's fire.
Hey.
But wait. I don't expect Baby. I expect Baby to give me bars, bro. Bars. And he don't. And when he raps, he just don't be stopping. It's just. It
Hey,
goes, it
let me,
goes,
let
it
me say
goes.
let me say this though. Let me say this, Trey.
What's up?
One, um, and this is just me defending Gunna as well. He has bars. I will say that because a lot of people don't look at his lyrics. He really be saying stuff, but a lot of people don't look at his lyrics. They don't. They're just worried about the melody. But
Okay,
second of
Hannah.
all, you got it. But second of all, now Baby does, Whoa, the song Whoa. Gunna can do that. Gunna can do a Whoa.
Lil Baby can't
Baby
do what
can't.
Gunna do.
Baby can't do a So Far Ahead Empire. A Missing Me. Oh, he can do a Missing Me. He can't do a Missing Me.
But I
But he
definitely
can't do a So Far Ahead Empire. That's the diff. That's why.
And who
Speaking
brought him
ahead,
into
if we
the
ever get to this
game?
topic, I think
Who brought him
Gunna's
into the
better.
game?
Okay, we can get to
And-
Gunna and Baby later.
Who brought him into
And
the
Gunna
game?
also taught Baby how to rap, but that's neither here nor there as well.
That is
In
there.
other news, though,
That is there. That is
we
here
have
and it's there.
we have another single to talk about. Mr. Chris Breezy dropped
CB.
Iffy. Thoughts. Trey, that's your guy. You're literally used to dance like him. We don't know what happened lately, but
bro, every time
he,
this dance
he used to
conversation
dance like him.
comes up,
Trey was in the dance competition in high school and was dancing to Chris
man, skip
Brown.
the dance competition. Trey just could dance.
He could dance. He got too strong. He got too big.
I can still dance.
No, bro, we're talking about like you used
Y'all
to.
ain't seen me, man. Y'all ain't seen me. I'm still in my bag.
Trey used to crump.
You ain't doing that no more.
I'm not doing no crap.
Crump yourself to a heart attack.
But how you feel about Chris Breezy, bro?
I think Iffy is a
Talk about the video.
I would say
Talk about the video too.
what's up? We gotta talk about the video because this is, and when I think I watched the video before I just listened to this thing. I wanted to watch it because it dropped the same day. I just listened to both. I just watch and listen. I think Iffy is pretty much loyal. Point two. Like these hoes ain't loyal. Part two. Like 'cause he says can't trust these hoes because they iffy. It's the same thing as saying these hoes ain't loyal. Like
Honestly,
this is
yeah.
part two. But I would say that the hook is all right. The verses he's going crazy in. Like he's spazzing in the verses. But the hook is like I would have expected like the hook to be a little bit more less words. But it's a good hook, but the verses he's spazzing. And then in the video, this is probably
His
as far
best,
as
right?
effects,
Right?
it's probably his best like
Yes.
video
I was
like
gonna say that, bro.
in a minute. Like this is tough.
He actually
Like
had
I would
real
go back
effects, not that
to
fake stuff.
his last like great set of videos was when he did Royalty. He did that set of like a movie of just videos back to back to back. This is probably up there with his top videos like
The
ever.
effects were like
Like the fact that he did a
mad good.
Transformer car and dance and the Transformer went on top of him, he went out. I'm like that's tough, bro. That's tough. That's tough. He's a goat, man. Like no matter what you think about dude and his personal life and what he's done, as far as the entertainment and the music goes, like he's always gonna be top tier. And we can have another conversation about Chris Brown later in the future about personal stuff or whatever. But because this is just with the music, but yeah, bro, he's top tier. Top tier. He's always gonna be a goat.
His because he was kind of rapping. Really, he was rapping.
He was in my bag.
Yeah.
He was in whose bag?
My bag. My singing rapping bag.
Who?
But
I'll be hating on
no,
me.
for real though. No,
Trey,
it's
I
like,
love your music. But that's mad funny you said that.
yeah, that's just funny.
Because y'all know I be singing rapping.
No, facts.
I thought Bryson
No,
Tiller
but I mean,
started
to be honest, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, no, I'm not gonna say that because I was doing it. No, I'm not gonna say that. We're gonna get it. That's another story.
He had the bars. He was going crazy.
Get the bar.
The best
He
part.
can
about
rap,
the
bro.
video-
He can rap.
Bro, there's no.
No, he
question
can
about
yeah,
it.
duh.
And I've always been the one to be like especially like when I was younger and I heard Chris Brown start rapping, I was like, hey, this is tough. Hold on, he be going crazy. He really be
He got
going
bars,
crazy.
bro.
Though. Like he doesn't get enough credit for his rapping.
No, but the video, itself was just. I like the. You don't know I'm a effects type person.
He always coming with that.
Nah, this one was different, bro. The
He's
effects were
creative.
clean. Yeah, but whoever was making the video, whoever was like the director was, or the producer, whatever, they killed it with the video effects, bro. It just everything about it looked clean. It didn't look like gimmicky or nothing like that. It was
Look good. He literally came out the car, fought some little kids, and then the car swooped around and picked him back up, and he kept driving.
He fought some little kids. Did I not see that?
You must have missed it because they were doing like a little dance battle, but at the same time, like you know, how he does like fighting dance
right.
thing.
Yeah, they're fighting and dancing. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That's all I got for his video and song, bro. It was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's always gonna come out with
He
some good music, bro. A good radio hit, regardless of the fact. That's just who he is at
every
the end of
time.
the day. So, but in other news, though, we've talked about much of the music. The last music we'll talk about, I guess it's really music, but it's not. Mr. Drake. He had a little run-in with a
With a trap
Instagram
star,
model. I
with a
don't
trap
know
star, a trapper.
the logistics of everything. All I know is what they say. It could be a fake story. We don't know. But all we know is a man's did his job, did the duty. He dropped some hot sauce in there. Shorty put it back in her, trying to get a check. And let's just say things just caught on
She
fire.
got
Can
burned.
I respond to this first?
Of
Go ahead.
course.
Cause
Of
y'all knew what
course.
happened, and I was late to the party. I had to go look up some stuff about it. This is probably one of the nuttiest things I've ever heard in my life. It's definitely up
What,
there.
what's that word we saying?
Hmm.
Doofy.
Yeah, well, big
Dude.
doofy. Not just her, him too. And the reason I'm saying he's definitely a doofy, because it's like who just carries hot sauce around? It's
There's a lot of people just carry hot sauce around, bro.
Not in the wallet though.
bro. This man
It's a
has to
little
have like a
packet.
miniature hot sauce.
Like in Taco Bell.
I've never. Why didn't he
Wow.
just like he could have went through so many different ways with the condom, and but the hot sauce, and then she
But
might be the doofiest doofy in the ever, cause
She didn't even look, bro. Like, if this is a true story, if this really is a true story, you couldn't tell the difference between semen and hot sauce. You really looked in there and saw red stuff and thought, you know what, that looks normal. Let me put it in.
But look, not,
If that's a real story.
I just think it's I don't know what's true and what's not. I just feel like this is insanity. This is literally insanity.
Bro.
You're trying to come up off a check. My man's carrying hot sauce with him, like
but that's the thing. It's not his first rodeo then, cause he's carrying miniature hot sauce, so he's gone down this road before.
bro, you just gotta flush it, man. Just flush it.
Just flush
Someone
it.
said in the comments, all he had to do was rinse it out and just throw it away.
Right.
Rinse it out in the
Rinse it
sink.
out and throw it away too. You could have did that. Like, bro, I feel like my man's could have just wrapped it in some toilet paper, threw what's it called?
Man, some
Flushed
toilet
out
paper,
toilet.
throw it right.
Bro,
down
do you see what this person said in the comments?
Hmm.
This person just said maybe she was bleeding from getting pounded. Oh my God.
Bro, I know who that is.
That is wild.
I feel like, bro, that's gotta be Kendall.
That's gotta be, bro. That's crazy.
Hey, all I know is I don't know anybody that just carries around miniature hot sauce. So everywhere they go, travel.
Oh man, I feel like we've already spent too much time on this, man. Drake, you're just
Yeah, we gotta.
but look, now I'm gonna say this though. Y'all men on these Twitter, whatever, posting that y'all need to carry around hot sauce with you, you don't, bro. You don't need to carry around hot sauce. Nobody's
You're
trying
not
to
that
get you for your
important.
money.
Drake.
You're not that important.
You ain't got no money.
You're not
Come
that
on
guy.
now. Just relax. That is a Drake thing. You know what I'm saying? Like people like that.
That doesn't
bro.
happen every day.
Bro.
I promise
Hey,
you, that's
dude.
gonna trap you.
Hey, dudes love trying to compare themselves to people who got millions all the time, regularly. I'm like, bro, you're not that guy, bro.
You're
You
not
don't have that
that
money.
guy. It's okay.
She don't want you. She don't want it like that, bro. I
Hey,
promise
hey,
you.
that's the most important thing you just said, bro. It's okay.
It's okay. You're just not that guy, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Just don't act like these girls trying to trap you in your 40,000
But
from Culver's.
but in the same breath though, they definitely be on that sometimes though.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
we talking about like
It's different.
dudes be acting like, but bro, I'm talking about dudes be acting like
They just out
they
here
go to the
trying
club or whatever and be like out on one night stands, thinking that the girl want to trap them off a one night stand. No girl trying to trap them on one night
Exactly.
stand.
Exactly.
These girls want to these girls might be in relationships and might love the person and want to keep them, and that's why they're trying to get
Right,
pregnant for that, which is a
right,
toxic move.
Yeah.
But that's not the same as this.
Guys be doing it too. Guys be
Yeah.
trying to trap girls too.
Yeah, but it's not like.
Relationships though.
But no one's off the one night stand trying to trap somebody.
Yeah, nobody's trying to trap somebody. But hey, yeah, guys, let's calm down with that talk. You're not
You're not that dude.
and that's okay. That's okay. But in other news, though, a little bit more serious news, actually. I think we talked about this a couple times too. in terms of social media and TikTok and Instagram, all the sites. How do you guys feel? I feel kind of strongly about this, especially in terms of TikTok. Just like them putting an age limit on that type of stuff or the type of content that those people see, because there's a lot of obviously sexual stuff going on those apps and a lot of hypersexual stuff and lives, as we all know. You can scroll in your feed and you see a live, you're like, what is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Just all those type of videos that I feel my little cousin shouldn't be watching at his 9, 10-year-old age. So how do you guys feel about that? Ian, if you wanna go ahead and start.
So the first thing is, well, we all post different content. You know what I mean? Um, so I can see, I definitely agree with like the age thing. Um, what I'll say is people lie about their age as well, so that way they can get access to different content. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Right.
like no matter whether like they're gonna ask if you're above this age, and somebody's gonna be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
asking about it isn't really going to. It may change something. Um,
It's the parents. It's gotta be the. I
I
mean,
mean ultimately, but it's just wild now, bro. Like the from the IG model culture, it just went ballistic, and then it got into you know OnlyFans culture, and then they gonna take it to the top. It's like
I mean, it
man,
happens to every app.
it
Every
happens.
app.
It happens to every app. They just get flooded with that type of stuff, and it's like the
It's
people
like
that are
sales, bro.
well, of course, but the people that are doing it, they honestly have no regards for human life at all. They don't care about your kids. Throw the brown line in there. They
I
just don't
think I think
care.
it's I think it's a mixture because guys and women do it both equally, as we all know.
Yeah,
And I think that
for women
ultimately
it's easier though.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah,
I
but
think
for me,
parents.
because y'all know I do more adult comedy and more adult content on my TikTok, and y'all do, but I talk about serious stuff as well. Like I do a good mixture of comedy, dancing, the adult stuff, and everything. And I put on my bio a certain age group for people to come in. And I also, if I notice like the fake profiles, like I can tell you talking like a kid, tell you commenting weird. If I go to your profile and I look at that, see you weird, you're getting blocked because as an adult, it's my job to make sure that I'm being responsible for also who views my content. Like if your parents are going to be responsible, like I can't control everyone that follows me, but if I see it, I feel like it's my responsibility to block the person who's there. And I would rather block a kid from being all up in adult grown people business than let them then get a follower. I don't care about followers that much. You know what I'm saying? Like there's stuff for grown people and there's stuff for kids. Like Ian, you make like Fortnite stuff. Cool. Go watch that. Be a kid. Stop trying to be in grown people business talking about, for instance, I just did a video of the girl sucking toes thing. And some kid trying to come over there talking about that's gross. Like you're a kid.
Each their own, of course.
You should be
Of
washing your
course you're a kid.
toes.
You're supposed to think it's gross. That's why you got the comment deleted and you got blocked. Because you're not supposed to be here. It's not for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you in my TikTok right now? Why is your mom not or your pops not watching you on TikTok?
So it's more of a parental thing. You think parents should be more involved in the lives
Bro,
of
I
the
told our
TikTokers?
little cousin, he followed me on TikTok. I said, bro, unfollow me, bro. What do you think you're doing? He knew he was wrong too, because of how he was looking when I told him to unfollow me. He's trying to be slick. Bro, these kids are trying to be slick. These young 10, I was at that age too, at 13, trying
So
to see
so
stuff online.
that's the same thing. It's not changing. Bro, the
No,
times
but guess
change.
who?
The people don't.
But right, but the difference is that when you have people
I
like our
mean,
mom who be on your back about stuff,
it's more
like you
accessible
can't just
today, bro. It's more accessible
yeah, but you still gotta watch your kids.
for sure. You gotta watch your kids for
Would you
sure.
think?
Like I wasn't allowed to have MySpace until when MySpace was I wasn't allowed to have it until I
Well,
was
you
16.
wasn't allowed to, but what'd you do?
I tried to sneak it.
Try.
But if the computer is in mom's room, it's hard to sneak it when you gotta go to mom's room to use a computer back in the day because you didn't have
I
your own
mean,
laptop.
Well,
my Hope had one in her room, so I used to go in her room and use the computer. Mom told me I couldn't have a Facebook till I was 13. I got one at 12.
Ooh.
All right.
but that's the point. That's what we're saying. Like, there's still ways around Like at the end of the day, bro, kids
I
are gonna
mean,
do what they're gonna do. They're
you
gonna
get
be
away with what you can get away with,
yeah,
honestly.
and you're gonna
Right.
explore because you're curious.
Right.
Obviously-
I'm just saying that if for me, because I know that, if I see it, I'm just gonna block it and just
You're doing your duties, huh? You're
doing my
your
job.
duties.
So
Yeah.
what should TikTok do? What would a suggestion be to them?
In a perfect world, what
In
could
a
they do?
perfect
I'm gonna
world.
tell you this, bro. I'm gonna tell you this. I feel like you as the creator should be able to set the age limit yourself, right? So if I set the age limit to 21 and up or 22 and up, only 21-year-olds and up can do it. What most of these kids are gonna do, bro, is they're gonna put I'm 18 just so they can do the lives and everything. They're not gonna think about the 21, 22, all that other stuff.
That's
So
true.
if I
You'll
put,
filter a lot out. You'll filter a lot out.
you'll filter a lot out.
Yeah.
Although, you know, some people lie regardless, but you'll filter more out than none. I think. Like it's hard because it's nothing they can really do because, like you said, people can just lie. I think it's parents got to monitor their kids though, because it is getting a little crazy.
Ultimately, it's the parents.
It's getting crazy out here. It is like every day I go on.
Like Twitter is a lawless land now.
Twitter is different. Twitter, I feel like, is one
It's
of
a
those places
lawless
that's
land in
gonna be
Twitter.
that. It'll be lawless. It
It is lawless.
Twitter, Instagram doesn't allow a lot of stuff.
No, Instagram is part of Facebook. They're not doing that.
God damn, she could
Yeah.
care less. Exactly. What up,
But-
Wavy? KDZ? Young Liz?
That's that
Kim
for that.
Kage.
All right,
cracking.
let's hop into the sports aspects because Trey, we talked about Russell Westbrook.
Trace.
Just say what you gotta say, bro. Honestly, like just say it, and
Just
say
about
it.
double-
Just double down.
Just about double down, bro. Westbrook.
No
I'm just gonna say
No
he is one of the greatest players ever played the game.
By the way, he averages 19, 8, and 8 right now.
That's great, but if you're shooting off the top of the backboard, trying to shoot a bank shot, we can't overlook those things. He's shooting 20%. Well, he's shooting 58% from the free throw line. That's absurd.
Bron been there before.
It's absurd, bro. You're missing late.
Bron been there before. Trey only opened his mouth.
Yeah, but you know what Bron does? Bron fixes it doing other things. He don't mess up in clutch times. When it's clutch time, he don't do a lot of dumb stuff in clutch time.
So-
Russell Westbrook and wait.
Because I could just say Dallas, and that shuts all that down, bro. So don't. Say
He
that.
didn't try to shoot in Dallas. He didn't try to score.
So what does that mean?
What do you mean? He just didn't perform as far as that. But guess what? We've been talking about Russell Westbrook for the last 3 or 4 years. We've been trying to figure out what the issue is.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
No.
The second half of the season is when he turns up.
Trey, can you guard Russ? If he's gonna keep shooting that bank shot, I can. What kind of question is that?
That boy drive right past you and muscle you.
He can't. He letting John Morant drive past him and muscle him.
But he driving right past you and muscling you.
He ain't muscling me.
Boy,
I'm a big boy.
So
Now he gonna get past me.
So-
Yeah, he gonna get past me, but he's not gonna muscle me. He'll be on the ground before he muscle me. I'll knock him down
The
before
problem-
he ain't doing that. Like, come on now.
he's gonna hack him. You always want to hack somebody.
I'm gonna hack him.
foul.
Yeah,
Tracy wants to foul. That's all he does is foul.
Right, but I would rather hack him than him drive past me. He ain't muscling me.
Or you could just
Y'all
play
know
good-
he not
you could
muscling.
play good defense.
Yeah,
I could.
just play good D.
When I get my knee right, what's up?
So the problem with Russ is that everybody says he's a stat patter and that he cares about the triple double more than the dub.
I don't think that. I don't know what he thinks. I can't say what he thinks.
But this is I ain't gonna say that. You know.
I don't think that's
But the-
really true.
I don't think that's true. I don't think it's true.
But here are some facts though. When Russell does get a triple double, his team is usually almost 75% of the time is on the winning side of the game.
Well, how's that working in LA? What's the percentage of the triple double in LA?
Everywhere he has gone, he's at about 70. I think it was like 71%. If Russell Westbrook gets a triple double, they win the game.
I've seen that stat.
Turnovers. People talk about his turnovers. It has no effect on whether they win or lose. Zero. All the other stats that people come up with have no effect on whether a Russell Westbrook team wins or loses. But when he gets a triple double, his team usually comes out on top. Usually. I think his numbers, because he is playing bad. But the thing about Russ, bro, people always look for a scapegoat. People always want to look on somebody to pick on somebody.
Yeah.
So they're trying to use Russ. And I don't
I'm
think
not blaming Russ for the Lakers losing. I'm
You
blaming
found-
Rob Pelinka
you-
for the Lakers losing.
Well,
That's my
you're
blame.
gonna blame him for getting Russ.
Yes.
Like, I think
they just
because they already had a solid team when they won the championship. For instance, I say this all the time: if they kept their championship winning team against Miami, and just added Carmelo Anthony to their bench, they would be solid.
What if
They didn't
somebody
need anything
says,
extra.
What if somebody says, I don't want to come back, actually. I want to go play for more money.
Then they have to put that position. They have to fix the position, but they gave up JaVale McGee, who wanted to stay. That's a big piece for the Lakers. They gave up piece. KCP didn't want to leave. They could have given up Kuzma.
Man,
I probably wouldn't
KCP
trip
was
about Kuzma.
whack, bro. KCP was whack playing in LA.
KCP was hitting shots.
KCP was hitting shots and
No, he
playing
was not,
defense.
bro. No, he was not.
They had top 5 defense with KCP.
KCP was hitting shots, bro.
No.
And Danny
They
Green.
had a top 5 defense with that interior. That's why they were top 5 defense.
Dwight, AD, and
Anthony Davis. Like, come on, bro. It's like the greatest interior.
But
guess what? Their mindset as a team was defense. So when the whole team's playing defense they were playing hard defense at the top. It wasn't like they were just letting people drive by them and
Bron don't play
mess them up.
defense.
no
Bron don't care
more.
about the bench.
He picks and chooses. The whole team picks and chooses when they want to play defense, offense. They're
It's NBA basketball.
to a certain
Okay,
extent.
well, guess what? Okay, the score is 118 to 123. I'm down 5 points. Russell Westbrook shooting the bank shot off the backboard, the top of the backboard on the wing, should not be the shot to take. And those are the mistakes he's making in clutch moments. And that's why they're losing games.
So what if it goes in off the backboard and in the hoop?
It's not, because it hasn't. It's been going out. We have footage.
He only had
Game after game, missing layups at the rim, going up to the rim, his hands at the rim, and missing layups. LeBron's following up. LeBron is following up on his layups because he feels like, oh, he's gonna miss it. I gotta put it back in. Like that's where we're at. Right
He's just playing basketball, bro.
That's like Steph having.
I'm not saying Westbrook's a scrub.
I'm not saying Westbrook's a scrub. Nothing about it. Like Steph is.
I'm not saying Westbrook's a scrub. I'm not saying that because he's in the NBA and I'm not, so I can't really say nothing about that. But what I can say is, as the NBA player with other NBA players, he's not playing well.
You can say he's not playing well. Steph wasn't playing. People don't play well. James Harden went through a stint. He wasn't playing well. Damian Lillard, I mean, he's kind of injured. But
okay, we have the season in. We gonna play well at one point.
But you're not listening though. What he's done after All-Star breaks the last 3-4 years, he's played like a superstar. He averaged last year when he was in Washington, he was Eastern Conference Player of the Month. This man averaged 26 points, 14 assists, and 16 rebounds a game for a month. He's capable of doing that, and he did that after the All-Star. Wait, let me finish. He did that after man, right? He did that after the All-Star break. The All-Star break is in February, the week of Valentine's Day, I believe. So if he can I think he needs to get his legs up under him because he looks like he's not as athletic as he was before, and I don't think one season changes that. So if he can get his legs up under him, get a better feel, and he just needs to get his confidence back up. That's all it is.
And
I think he's gonna be fine.
Different team.
That's not easy to do, bro. For me, I've played for 3 different teams the last 3 years. Like all 3 different teams, and that's not easy to adjust to. Last in New Zealand it was easy because I had the ball in my hands the entire game. Like now in Winthrop, it wasn't the easiest thing to adjust to because we had so many players that could play too. So you just I know how it is, especially with a new group that you don't really you know these guys, you're cordial. That's chemistry matters too.
You're not hooping with them like Toronto be doing.
But listen, what I'm trying to say is we're gonna watch Russell for the rest of the season. If I see a difference in his game halfway the rest of the season, we can come back to the conversation.
Bank shot. That's what you.
I'll come back and say I was wrong. I have no problem doing that. But my opinion
you're still not wrong right now. You're right.
I know, but my opinion right now is he's playing like butt.
He isn't
playing. They're losing games. They're the bottom of the West because he's not performing.
Don't know. That's what I'm saying. Don't blame Russ for that because he has.
That's not why they're at the bottom of the West.
They don't have any energy. They have no life as
defense,
a team, bro.
That's what he was there. That's the reason he got picked up was for the energy. That's the reason he was there for.
Why can't Bron bring energy?
Yeah.
LeBron is averaging 33 and 10 rebounds a game for the last 7 games at 50+% field goals percentage. LeBron's doing everything.
I'm talking about defensively, bro. They're losing because of defense. They're not losing because of offense. Defense.
Yeah, LeBron can honestly take a step back on offense and play harder defense too.
Yeah, why can't he play?
If he do that, who's gonna score?
They will score the ball.
Like, what are you talking about? They're pros.
You just run a set in the
We'll
set.
see we'll see what happens, man.
I'm not saying he's not playing bad, bro, but at the end of the day, I think
No, he is playing bad, but everybody can
He's
have.
playing bad. He just had 8 points, 6 points, 8 points. Like that's not good.
But everybody can have a stretch where they play bad. It's not the you making
The whole
it sound
half of the
like
season.
you making it sound
But
like
they do got to turn it up.
everybody
Though.
that plays
Like,
bad.
they got to turn it up. They got to turn it up if they want to compete for a championship.
Bro, I like Russell Westbrook, but I'm just being honest about this
don't.
season. I'm only talking about this season. I'm not talking about his whole career. I'm just saying this season he's playing butt.
He is playing butt this season. I agree, bro.
This season, it's not about his whole career. His whole career he's been great.
I can't say he's been
Well,
playing
no,
bad.
I'm not even gonna
But
say
there's
butt.
something. But there's something to say. There is something to say that with every superstar you play with, that you just don't get to where you need to get to. There's something to say about that.
What do you mean?
Kevin Durant can't do nothing. James Harden can't do nothing.
That's not true, though. That's not true. They lost a 3-1 series to the Warriors. They were up 3-1. It wasn't Russ' fault. It was not Russ' fault, them series. If you watch them games,
He was hooping.
he was hooping, but he also had a bad game. But KD also was supposed to do way more than what he did. So
The
don't.
last couple.
Yeah, they were up 3-1, bro.
I'm not saying it's just solely his fault. I'm just saying there's a reoccurring theme. The words it's his fault.
And
It's
then
not
on
really
top of that,
a
bro,
recurring
on top of
thing.
that, y'all want to know who the most clutch player is in the last 8 years? Russell Westbrook.
Hey, I know what Russ got in the bag, man, but we'll see what he does.
Everybody can play
honestly.
bad, bro. Everybody can play bad.
Who's really hooping right now, though, is the freaking Memphis Grizzlies. So we need to talk about Ja Morant. What's up with what they got going on over there?
All right, quick question.
There's a bunch of young guys.
Ja Morant, 21 years old. He's 21, right? 22? 21, 22?
I think he's 22.
Or Derrick Rose, 21, 22.
Ja Morant shoots better than Derrick Rose.
So who you picking?
Ja Morant. He shoots better than Derrick Rose.
Because he shoots better?
He's bouncier than him.
He's bouncier. He
know,
plays great defense, and he can shoot the ball. Derrick Rose just got a shot the last couple of years ago.
That much better.
Yeah, don't let the bro. He takes 4 threes. All you gotta do is make like 1 or 2 a game and not take many, and you keep your percentage up. No, he's shooting.
That's great, but you gotta make them. He makes them.
He has he's top 3 in most points in the paint this season, and he's a point guard. He's next to Giannis and Jokic.
That's crazy.
I think he's second.
It just makes me. I don't want to say it. I'm not gonna say it.
So
but yeah,
he's 6'3", 175. And he has the second most points in the paint this season. Why is that?
Because he's jumping out the freaking roof. That's the problem. No one can go up there with him. But I'd be so scared for him when he's so high in the air. I'd be like, bro, just come down a little bit. Like,
so
I don't want the same thing that for Derrick Rose happened to you, because 82 games of the season, you jumping out the roof. 82 of the games, you just keep jumping and jumping and jumping. Like, bro, like, you need to add a jump shot. You need to add a set shot. You need to add some mid-range game, a post.
He has a floater.
Okay, that's great. Use that some more. Use your bounce at specific moments. Don't end up abusing your knees and your legs. That's something that scares me. That's what I think about when I see him.
He gets oops, bro. He gets oops. He blocks shots. Those are 2 times that you you gotta go get the oop.
That block,
you gotta go block the
definitely
shots.
top 5 blocks I've ever seen, bro.
Yes, 100%. He has to go get block shots. Those are hustle plays. But he doesn't. Oh, I guess he doesn't always have to try to put everybody on a poster.
Hey, everybody can't pick and choose.
He trying to.
That's part of sustainability. Like lasting
He's young
for a long time in the league.
He's young.
I know he's young. But that's what happened to Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose kept jumping and putting everyone on a poster, and then all of a sudden,
no. You might
how he landed, bro.
Yeah, Derrick Rose didn't know how to. He didn't know how to jump and land. He just knew how to. Well, he just knew how to jump. He didn't know how to land, and that's ultimately what messed him up, because how he came down was wrong. He just was a freak of nature athlete. Not saying that.
But no,
something that
he didn't have a lot of control over his body.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't understand it. And I think with the technology we have today, with the doctors and what they know now, you train stuff like that. You train coming down. You train, little stuff like that, little muscles like that. And you train your landing. So I think it probably be a little different.
Yeah, I'm taking Ja, by the way.
Would you say
over D Rose?
Would you say Ja too?
Would you say he's the most exciting player right now?
The best what?
The most exciting player in basketball at the moment.
A lot of exciting players, bro.
Yeah, but
It was
the most.
pretty exciting this year.
Because let me tell you something. When LaMelo and Miles Bridges are playing, and they be going through their
It was
little
just like the
stints,
commentator makes it 10 times better.
He
bro.
does. He does. That
He
counts
makes it 10
though.
times better.
but that counts though.
It does.
Right?
Something going crazy.
This man just shot out my whole headphone.
But he can't when you're at the game, you don't see that though. You don't hear that.
But you feel it.
This man said you feel
I mean, we
it.
haven't been to a Memphis Grizzlies game, so
I know,
not
but
the same thing.
Nope, because I'm talking about just play. That's it. I'm not talking about.
Yeah, but when you got someone like LaMelo throwing all those like passes and then like jumping in the air, throwing it between his legs and throwing up some like going to dunk
So
it, like,
you have a chance.
it's hype.
You have a chance to watch one game. It's either to go see LaMelo play or to go see Ja Morant play.
Fans bias.
Well, I know he
Wants to
does,
move the
but
strike.
I
Yeah,
want him to
biased.
play. You
I'm
want to
biased.
see? You want to see
And
LaMelo?
also, I think the Bulls are exciting too.
Oh, you just adding that in there now?
I'm adding that the Bulls are exciting because watching Zach LaVine dunk and watching their home games, like they're super exciting to
You
watch.
want to be a
They're
ball
so
brother
fun
so
to watch.
bad, bro. He's like Lonzo.
So what?
He wants to be a ball brother.
He just likes the ball brother. That's what I'm saying. He has bias with Charlotte. He'd rather go see Lonzo or LaMelo play than Ja.
Oh, Lonzo too. You'd rather go see.
Lonzo's
You'd rather go see
Lonzo
Chicago
can hoop.
than.
Oh, he'd go watch the Bulls play first over anybody.
I ain't gonna lie though. I'd rather go see the Bulls play over
Thank
the
you.
Memphis Grizzlies. But I
I
would
mean,
want to
but
see
I think-
Zach
yeah.
LaVine play.
Bro,
Maybe
they be
more than
hype,
Memphis.
especially when they be down by like 15 points and they be really coming through and like catching up and then taking the lead. The crowd be so excited. The players be lit, like,
Yeah,
and then like
Chicago's back.
you got someone like Zach who jumps out the roof just like John. So I can get that same experience with someone who can jump.
But the conversation was Ja or LaMelo, not the Bulls.
Well, I pick LaMelo.
And then it was Ja or D Rose.
And
I
he
pick
looks
Ja.
good.
Mhm. Well, I mean, I guess I mean,
So do you think the Bulls?
Hey,
do you think the Bulls?
well, you gotta
are-
understand. This is coming from a person who's a Derrick Rose fan like myself. Remember, I used to buy everything.
Yeah, you
the
know,
bright,
the
ankle-
Adidas.
Yeah, so
everything.
let's not act like I'm not being like I could be biased right now and say Derek, but I'm saying Ja because
Ian seen the Bulls play in person.
I did see the Bulls play in person. I think the Bulls are real, and then, I mean, they ride the coattails of DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. DeRozan and Zach LaVine.
The Frozen.
But the problem with that is they have to be consistent every single night, or they're gonna lose. Like they make up so many points for them that it's kind of OD. But
Yeah.
Zach LaVine he's the truth, bro. The truth. I don't even think he
Gets to his
scores the most at
spot.
the moment.
What is he?
Probably, I think he's second to DeMar.
No, I think he might be first.
Well, either way, they a 1-2 punch.
But that's why DeMar DeRozan can't be a legit MVP contender because they're gonna take away votes from each other, Zach LaVine and him.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
Zach
but
LaVine's
they
doing
not
about the
worried
exact
about
same
that.
much. It's just DeMar's.
So then I got a question then. So do y'all think that y'all know how I feel about the Bulls? Do you think that the Bulls season is expected or impressive? Because let me bring it back.
No,
Me and
we're
Ian
forgetting about Caruso though. We're forgetting about Caruso, by the way.
That's why they
he's
play
a
great
good
defense.
defender off the bench. But I'm saying, Ian, remember at the beginning of the season, I said we need to watch the first 10 to 15 games of the Bulls
to understand who they were.
to see who they were. And once we saw they're winning, I said, this is a team. So for me, it's expected.
So you expected what they're doing now.
You
Because
like the Bulls.
I like
Right,
the
but I'm
Bulls.
saying I'm saying this is preseason. Me and he had this discussion. I said if they based on their first 10, 15 games was a tough schedule. It wasn't an easy schedule. They had some teams, they had some must-win games and some tough games.
And they have the
I wanted
Pistons
to-
twice.
Listen, that's a must-win game. I wanted to see them win the must-win games and how they competed in the tough games. They won the must-wins and they won the tough games. They beat the Nets back-to-back. So
were 15-0 in the first 15 games, so they must have lost to somebody.
They definitely did.
they did. But what I'm saying is that first run was impressive.
Yeah.
They beat the teams they should have beat.
Well, no,
and then they beat the teams.
So is it impressive? Now you're saying it's impressive. But
Sorry, no. I'm saying it's expected. I'm saying it's expected. I'm saying it's expected because of what I talked about. If they win like this, where they're at now is expected from me. That's what I'm saying.
So what about where they are now?
I'm saying I didn't give my.
Let's fact check that.
What I'm saying is I wasn't giving my. Like I said, I was telling you from the first 10 to 15 games. That's where I was going to give my perception of the Bulls.
So what about now? They're number
so
one.
now
in the East, right?
They're number one in the East. I'm
So
saying that's expected based off the first few games they played. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
They were 10-5. They were 10-5.
I was telling you that off these games that will be determined where I see them.
Yeah. And we had that.
Okay, now if it was before, now let's say it's preseason, we don't have those first 10 games to go by. It's impressive if that's the case before the season starts. But our conversation was after the 10 games, after we see them play, what can we say about the team? Where do they land in the East?
Well,
based off those 10, 15 games, I'm saying it's expected to be where they're at right now.
Yeah,
I was telling you they're going to be. I said they were going to be top 3.
Yeah,
and they're number 1.
I didn't disagree with that. Like I said, like Hunter, I saw him play, bro. I totally agree. Now, do I think they're gonna have a problem with Brooklyn? Now, the thing with Brooklyn is
they just beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah, but they begin.
Yeah, it's 2-1.
They begin pop.
Bulls up 2-1.
Sir, Kyrie just played the first time against.
He only scored 10.
Exactly.
Yeah, but what happened was Mills had a game. Other players came through and had a game.
And if they don't, Kyrie is.
Right, but the Bulls were off that game too.
But
the Bulls weren't playing their best.
The other thing
it makes a difference.
The other thing is Kyrie's gonna have to have the vaccine in order to play in New York as well.
That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
They might pay fines to let him play.
There's a rule that the Brooklyn Nets can pay a fine. The first warning, if he comes and plays at home, the first warning is free.
That's dumb as
hell. The first warning is free.
Just for the playoffs?
Second warning
or just in general?
No. This is any home game that he wants to play in. The second game is $1,000. The third game is $2,000.
It's three.
The fourth game
is $5,000.
And then it's $5,000 after that every single time. So it'd equal $100,000 for the season.
Bro, it would behoove it would behoove the Nets. It would behoove the Nets. Hey, listen, it would behoove the Nets to stay in second place and not get that first place. Because if they can get to the finals,
save a game,
that means they can get 4 at the Bulls, and he can play all 4 games at the Bulls, and they can keep home at Nets. And if they lose, we got a chance at Chicago to play 4 games there, so Kyrie can play 4 and miss 3 or whatever.
Well,
if you really want to play it like that, you don't have to.
You don't have to. He has $100,000 he can just give up for nothing. That's nothing.
I didn't know
play
that.
every home game.
I didn't know that.
But you know what? We keep saying this about teams, but he can't keep doing this. I play, I don't play, I play, I don't play. That's not cohesive for a team.
Bro, they don't care, bro.
I know they don't care. I know. I get it. It's basketball. Basketball is basketball. But
how is it not cohesive for a team? We've never seen it done before. So how do we know it's not cohesive for them? If it
because it didn't work last year.
What do you mean
people got hurt
last year?
People got hurt. It didn't work last year.
I think it was gonna work. They was gonna win the chip.
But guess what? That happened. KD is hurt with the MCL, 4 to 6 weeks. So they're losing even more cohesiveness time. This is a lot, bro.
So now he might go.
He's injured. He's injured. He gets injured. Kyrie is injury prone. James Harden be getting hurt sometimes. Well, James Harden is actually kind of durable, but he got hurt last year. People keep getting hurt. Like those high usage players. You got 3 high usage players on your team, and people get hurt like that.
Well,
then people can't even play.
If they all playing together, they can't all be high usage.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you all scoring 30 points a game, that's high usage. I think Kevin Durant's probably the less one because he doesn't have the ball in his hand the most. He just really is at mid range.
No, it's just that when he gets the ball, he's getting the bucket.
Yeah, he's getting the bucket.
What are you trying to say about them, though?
But Kyrie and James do a lot of dribbling and they do a lot. They do a lot with the ball.
It's just what they do. They pros.
All right. So I mean, that's how you feel. I'm just saying. I just watch out for them.
They have a winning record when they play together.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously it's working because
the playoffs get different though when you guys slow the ball down and defense gets tight.
They were a toe away from going without having James Harden and Kyrie.
Bro, the moment he shot that shot, I said he's cashing this, bro, for game, and his big toe.
They were up 2-0. They were up 2-0 with just Kyrie and KD.
2 out. 2 out. They did 2 out.
2-0. They were up 2-0. What are you trying to say? Like, I don't understand what you're
2
saying.
out. They 2 out. Dang,
He
man.
mad
Okay.
because he be wrong.
Cool. You know, I'm not wrong. It's all opinions. It's your opinion, mine.
So say it now. Say it now. Say it now. You can change your opinion later. That's cool. Who's coming out the East?
The Bulls. I'm
You don't
sticking
even
to my
believe that.
guns.
You don't even
I
believe
do.
that.
I do.
So they're gonna
I don't
beat the
think-
Bucks.
That's what I want to
Yes.
hear.
They're gonna beat Giannis.
Didn't they just get
They're
beat?
not
Yes.
gonna just.
Didn't they just
How?
get beat by like 40 to the Bucks?
Yes. Huh?
Didn't they just got beat by like 40?
They lost to the Warriors.
They lost
The
to
Warriors got beat by 40.
Wait. No. They lost 2
The
games.
Warriors
Nets-
smacked the Bulls.
Bro,
The
the
Nets
Nets
smacked
smacked the Bulls.
Nets
The Nets smacked the Bulls,
my
then the
bad.
Warriors smacked the
My bad,
Bulls
my
right
bad.
after that.
My bad. I thought it was the Bucks that smacked.
Yeah, it's the Warriors. It's not the Bucks.
So
Yeah, put this.
Hey
in
man, I said what I
perspective.
said, man. Hey, I said what I said.
You yelling.
What'd you
Let me
say?
put this in perspective. Let me put this in perspective.
Who's yelling? I said what I
You.
said.
You yelling. The Bulls got smacked by the Nets by 40. The Warriors got
No.
smacked by the Bucks. Yes. The Warriors got smacked by the Bucks by 40. Then the Warriors went to the Bulls and smacked them by 40. Because what the commentators were saying was, oh yeah, after the Bulls lost to the Nets, we think that they'd come out with more fight against the Warriors. No. They got cooked by the Warriors. That's what happened.
I don't think
So
they're
it's
beating.
been 2 bad losses.
I don't think they're. I like the Bulls team.
I like the Bulls team too, honestly.
I'm a huge Zach
I
LaVine
can be a little
fan,
frustrated up.
but I'm gonna
He's
say
very tough.
I don't think they beat the Bucks though, bro. And the way that the Bucks, I watched them play the Warriors. Nah, bro. Not when them playing like that. Championship basketball.
Bro, they lost to the Nets by 26.
So they got drugged.
Basically 40. They got
smacked, but I'm just saying.
All right. And then the other thing is, I don't know if I could trust DeMar DeRozan.
He has to prove himself in the playoffs.
Like-
He has to prove himself in the playoffs. He does.
And Bron ain't there no more. So what's your excuse now? KD's there. Like, when does the excuse
I
stop?
mean,
Well, guess
KD,
what?
Giannis.
I'm saying.
The Bulls haven't played the Bucks yet, and they play them the 21st
Where at?
Where?
at the Bucks.
The 20th. So this month, 21st. So next week.
21st.
Predictions.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not saying
Predictions.
the Bulls, bro.
I got Bucks by 14 plus.
I got Bulls by 10.
By 10?
They're going into the Bucks arena and going to win by 10.
They going an hour way up the road, bro.
And this is true. Isn't this the first game that they're playing each other?
Yeah, the first.
And you
Bucks
think
got something to prove.
facts, bro. And they're number 1 team? Facts. You know Giannis ain't going for that. It might be a blowout.
Right.
It might be a blowout.
Lonzo got something to say with
They're
that.
gonna be dancing on the sideline. Lonzo.
Okay. Yeah. Lonzo gonna go for 15 that game. He hitting 5 threes.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna make the difference right there. The Lonzo
It is.
15.
It is.
Like, come on, man. He's averaging what, 4 threes a game already? How much is he averaging?
That's what I'm saying. He gonna go for 5.
So that's already 12 points. That ain't changing nothing.
15. It's 3 more.
All right, bro.
He might go for 20. They gonna forget about him, bro.
Hey, he's become a really good shooter. I'm really proud of the way he's played. He's representing well
Yeah.
for the black men. The light-skinned men. LeVar Ball, appreciate you for what you did.
Yeah,
But we're gonna talk about we're gonna switch gears here though.
yeah,
We're gonna talk about another group of black men
Black men.
demeaning and degrading our lovely,
Black queens.
shout out moms, black queens.
Fellas in a black
What is
mama
going
club.
on in our society today where we have our own black men bringing down our black women? What would your mom think? You know what I'm saying? What was your sister think? He's just hearing you say all this stuff. Like, where does the line get drawn? How can you say that you don't go that way? That you don't mess with those type of girls because of your beliefs and stereotypes and inherent colorism? Like, what even possesses you to say all those things about black women? Because I think it's really crazy. It's really crazy to you talk about your own kind like that.
Let me start because I know Trey definitely wants to go off.
No, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna let y'all go.
Bet.
Wait, first of all, y'all know I be on TikTok constantly doing this on a regular basis, so
I'm sure
I really
you-
don't have
I'm
much
sure
to
you-
say. I'll add on to what y'all gotta say.
For sure. The first thing is what they said was they classified black women as a whole, and I just thought that was like so out of pocket, especially when you're black. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's not like they didn't say, I don't like, you know, traits or um certain
It's
groups.
hard to even you start to even think about what
It
they
is.
could say.
It is. 'Cause, well, I mean, you could say that you don't want your woman to be like this. You could say you don't want your woman to be like this, but they just said black women, the dark side.
Black man.
I think that's
Yes.
so. I think that's so
The
deep.
dark side. They call him the dark side.
I think that's so deep. It's not like because I'll just speak for me. I'll speak for me. Love all women. Love all women. I'm not gonna judge anybody by, color, things like that. But then you could see that if somebody acts a certain way based on how you act, I don't want to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But just you don't want to deal with a color, and it's not even a color. Well, your skin color.
Your skin color.
That's wild. The same.
Your skin color.
Yeah, and it's different because my man, he's brown skin, and then the dark skin
Yeah.
dude said something too. It's like, bro, you're dark skin. You darker than the women you don't like. You
And he's like, my sister black, but mom black. It's like, okay, so what's the problem then?
It
Are you
has to
saying
be.
they're not
It
attractive?
has to be rooted in some type of. It has to be some rooted into like some type of
It's self hate, bro, and it's what it is that he's hurt. He was in a previous relationship or mess. This is what happens, bro. This is what happens with dudes. They in middle school, high school, they get hurt by some girls, and they didn't heal. They didn't take time to heal. Of course, you know what I'm saying. And then they hold grudges for the rest of their life. And then they get on these apps and they start talking about like black women, like it's okay the way they're doing it. Like I understand why black women are so frustrated and why they say the things that they say about us. And I understand. Y'all know me, I hate generalizations. But when it comes to like, for instance, there is ghetto in every group.
Every group, and you don't have to like that.
There are white girls that are
Trashy and
hillbillies and trash. There's Hispanic girls that are the ghetto.
Same way.
It's in every group. So just because here's a problem, bro. Like what they see is for who they surround themselves with. So if all you know is black people, all you're gonna know is the sophisticated black people and the ghetto black people. You're not gonna know the white and everything. The fortunate thing for me is, I went to an all white school, so I got to see that. I got to see different cultures and different people and realize that trash is, and it doesn't matter which culture you're in, what color, whatever. There's a little bit of trash in each of it. So why are you trying to just say majority? No, there's no majority, bro. Like there's tons of educated, sophisticated, tons.
But he also added that he also said that they were Shaniquas and this, that.
The
You know what I'm saying? Like,
disrespect.
which just adds on to it. It's
Ridiculous,
like,
The
bro.
disrespect, bro. The disrespect.
I don't know. I think it's just weird. And
So you don't like your mama. Ultimately,
That's pretty much what they said. That's pretty much what he said. The thing about Fresh, I'll say Fresh's name, bro. He's super whack because he did all that talking, and I'm happy academics called him out. But he's super whack because he keep talking about how like he got it, he got money, he got this, but you had to pay a white girl to be with you. To get her to be with you, you had to take her on a boat to like get her to be interested in you. You dated a white girl who was on a site for sugar daddies to pay for her. And you try to act like she was different. She's different than the rest. No, bro, like you're whack. You're lame.
Right,
They're
well,
both lame.
wait a minute. Hold on. So you're telling me this dude went on a sugar daddy site and claimed that the chick is different than the rest on the sugar?
Yes, bro. She's on the site and she's literally got TikTok. She went on the podcast and said, I'm not into the materialistic things. I'm different.
But she's on
On
the
her
sugar daddy
TikTok,
site.
on her TikTok, she has videos of men giving her money. She's on a sugar baby website. And then he hit her up. Hey, so he hit her up first, right? He hit her up first. She didn't even respond to him. Then he said, hey, you want to meet me on a boat? She gonna come to the boat though. She want to go to the boat. But you talking about, but what you're saying is you say black women are like that, but you gonna date this white girl who just like that too.
But who's, this is my thing, since they want to talk about other people, who's out there really looking for them?
Nobody. They're ugly as hell, bro.
Like, if we're gonna keep it a bean, if we're gonna keep it a whole stack, I'm at their neck, Hunter. I'm at their neck. Who?
Come on the neck. Go for it.
I've never in my life heard some girl or just anybody be like, yeah, I'm gonna see what I like what they're doing. Oh yeah, he's a cutie. He gets my, you know what I'm saying? You know how women used to be about like.
I think the thing like is that. When you get on their podcast, they think they're gonna get some type of clout off of that. So honestly, they're just using anyway.
Getting male clout, bro. They're paying girls to have sex with them. So they're not even
all
cool.
Men, technically, all men do, but you know that's
technically all men pay for girls to have sex. They're paying for girls to have sex. They tell girls, if you want to come on our podcast and be part of our group, you gotta have sex with us. Like, they're doing whack stuff, bro. They're lames. And then men go on there and listen to their podcast.
That's probably the number one thing that I don't like is that you have, I'm not even going to say the average male. I'm just going to say men that are looking for, these dudes are actually looking for help. Because, I mean, they just don't know how to talk to, whether it's to talk to women or move about relationships and things like that. And they're looking at these guys for that stuff. Now, I will say this. They do give out some good stuff sometimes. Like when it comes to, like, simping and things like that, you know, I'm not for the simp culture at all. But when you start talking, like, just on the grander scheme of things, just the stuff they give is just so toxic and wrong. And all it's doing more is just making men not want to be with women.
Women split.
Yeah, it's like, all right, so your group, so they should just go date each other. That's what I think. They should just start a relationship with each other, you know?
In the male sphere,
and then the people that watch them, they should start a let's go date each other code. Because y'all not looking for solutions. Y'all just looking to create more problems. And then being black, you just stacked it on.
It's like my thing is, there's so much already going on with, like, men and women, and there's so much already going on in our black community.
Help.
Why not try to help people find solutions to it instead of create more division? Like, if let's say they have that preference or whatever, right? You don't gotta express that. For people who have so much information and know so much, then you know how black women feel about certain things. You know how our culture is, so you get it. So why do you do it? Why even speak on it? Why even spread that type of rhetoric around, that type of negative message, and further split people? Because all that's going to do is make black women continue to say black men ain't shit.
And based on the small majority, which is
based on a very small majority of the black men who think like that. But because they have a platform,
small majority,
and men follow that platform, it gets exploded. It's ass, man. And then I'm on TikTok arguing with people about dumb stuff because it don't make no sense because they're hurt people. These two dudes are hurt.
Have to be.
And y'all here lying.
It's definitely deep rooted into some middle school, high school thing that happened with them and a black girl.
Like the one girl took your pizza at lunchtime, bro. Like, dang. Or she was, I mean, everybody.
Or she cooked you up. Or she cooked you.
Bro, it's a running joke. You know what I'm saying? You'll go to school. People talk about like the hot Cheeto girls or, you know, things like that. But if
slushies in the morning,
hot Cheetos in the morning, the hot fries. You know, we all have seen it. You know that.
Yelling, fighting. You know what I'm saying? Everybody went to a school like that. Most people.
That's what turned you. That's what made you just like. You know what I'm saying, bro? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Because it's just like, it's crazy because you're a black man generalizing your own culture, your own people,
and then calling them the dark side. Like you're like your man sitting across from you ain't on the captain of the dark side. Boy, black is midnight. So, like, come on, man.
It's crazy.
That's stuff whack. That's stuff whack. But it also does help us though, because it helps us transition into the conversation that we've talked about plenty of times on here. Not on here, but just with each other. When you guys were talking about what those two groups should do, they should just date each other. How we always have this conversation of, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? And I think the most important thing is that people need to date someone that has the same interests as them. So if you want to pay 50-50, then date someone that's gonna pay 50-50. If you want somebody that's gonna pay the whole thing, if you as a man want to pay the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Then you date a girl that's okay with that. But to just keep trying to have this conversation of what you're bringing, it's become so
Redundant.
tiring. It's like y'all saying the
It's this.
same shit, bro. Y'all saying the same shit, and y'all don't understand that you have to date who has the same interests as you. You know what I'm saying? Who sees
Shuts
it
it
the
all
same as
down.
you.
Bro, it's the same thing we said in the first episode. It's the same thing we said in the first episode, and we'll say it again here, and we'll probably say it again the next episode, and the next, and the next, and the next.
Of course.
Be with someone who likes you. Like, it's that simple. Like, stop chasing girls that don't like you. If you're a dude and you're regular, 9 to 5, which is nothing wrong with that, and you're going after an IG model who is not interested in anyone who's 9 to 5, why are you trying to argue with her about what she wants?
Trying to
Go
change
find.
it.
There's so many beautiful women who aren't IG models who just want the regular 9 to 5 life. But you're so focused on 100,000 followers
And a fake
and this
booty.
girl
Not saying that you can get
posting butt naked that you want her. You're what you're doing is you're fetishizing and you're lusting over her. You don't even really
fantasizing, right?
fantasize. You don't even know her. You don't know who she is or what she got going on. And so when she says, "No, I can only date entrepreneurs, or I can only date dudes who are,"
I want an athlete.
And you don't meet that requirement, you get tight in your feelings because your pride hurt. Instead of just, there's Jenny around the block. Jenny around the block, she mess with you, she vibe with you. You know what I'm saying? You could be happy.
She's gonna make your life easier.
Yeah, you worried about this John. That's not in your league. She's not even in your league. It's not the league as in. Not saying that. I'm not saying league as in she's better than you or anything. I'm saying that she doesn't like you or your type. You're in a different league than her. She likes a different type of league of people. Different leagues. Just like just like for you when you play basketball, different leagues. Her league is she likes the guys who do this. You're in a different league where you're messing with different type of girls who are into the 9 to 5 dudes. That's the league you're in. That's okay because there's beautiful women in that league. But if you're not looking for those women in that league, you're never going to find them. Stay in the league that you're drafted in, and figure out the situation in that league. Stop trying to go to this league that you don't have the requirements for this league.
Because you want her to believe that your way is right, when she doesn't want to believe that because this is not how she feels. You feel like you want to pay 50-50. She's like, I want an athlete that's going to take care of me, and that's fine.
That's fine.
You don't have. She's not for you, and you're not for her.
Perfect.
Go find somebody that's for you, bro. Because all you're doing is just fantasizing over all these people, even if they're not an IG model. Let's say they have 2,000 followers, but she believes that she wants to live a certain way, and you don't follow that same requirement. You gotta beat it. You have to beat it. You have to let go of your ego. Ego is such an important thing as we grow up and get older. You gotta learn how to let go of your ego. Ego. You gotta let go of your ego. Sometimes, I mean, it's okay to have pride sometimes, but like your ego is what's gonna stop you from saying, "Oh shit, bitch, like you ugly." She wasn't ugly when you was trying to get a number, like.
Yeah, she wasn't ugly when you just sliding the DMs talking about, you know what I'm saying, what's up?
Exactly. So like, bro, you have to understand. Like we talked about in the first
Grand
episode
Rising
about
Queen.
dealing with rejection.
Grand Rising Queen.
You're having a conversation in her DMs, bro.
With yourself.
You know what I'm saying? Like with yourself, like, bro. Accept the rejection and move on with life. I promise you'll be so much happier. Promise. I think, yeah. Ian?
Bro, go ahead, Ian.
Well, I mean, you guys pretty much summed it up, but I mean, I totally agree. You should just date someone that likes you, and I think, Trey, you were live one time, and somebody was like, well, that's boring. Like, I'm trying to understand how that's boring to date somebody that shares similar interests as you, because you can go do things together. It's not like let's say you guys both like basketball. Okay, we can both go to the game. I don't have to drag you to the game. You like video games. I could take you to the arcade. I don't have to drag you to the arcade. There's a
it's a balance, really.
A balance. It's a balance. So dating someone that's, of course, you don't want to date somebody that's exactly like you, because you want like there to be like a little yin and yang type effect.
Mm-hmm.
But people be trying to just change people ultimately. You try to get married, and then now you're expecting somebody to change, and it's like, bro, you knew what you were getting yourself into when you dated them.
I do want to say something on that. And this is another point to this. Like for guys that do try to date girls that post certain pictures or anything like that, like bro, if she's doing that before you dated her,
You can't
before you
change
pursuing
that.
her, and you got her, you can't change her. That's what you knew she did this. You knew that she posted this type of stuff. That's why you wanted her anyways. So you can't sit back and
That's
be
why
like, hey, you
that's
can't
why
go
you
change her
wanted
now
her
because that's what you got.
anyways.
You got what you wanted, bro.
Ah,
Cool. You
Yo,
can't go
imagine,
that's the
change it.
same thing. The girls
imagine.
be on TikTok.
It is a
Hey,
little
girls,
different. It is a little different when like you follow a girl or you start dating a girl and then all of a sudden she starts like everything like kind of changes. It's not like you know what I'm saying. It's not normal like how it used to be. Like
Bro,
you like okay like you can maybe ask some questions like you know what I'm saying. I don't know. You can ask some questions, but if you found a girl, how you found her, how you wanted her is how you found her, and you can't go and try to change her
do
after
you
that
guys feel
because
like you change in relationships at all? Like any relationship you guys feel like you've like did you change?
I feel like I adapted. And when I
I
say
feel
Well,
adapted, I mean like whoever you are. Like I feel like I was talking to some girl about this the other day. Like we were having a conversation about like she said, "Do you feel like you should change for something?" I said, "I'm who I am, but because I'm learning who you are, I'm learning to like new things or be into different things. So I'm changing a little bit because I'm starting to like like the little TV shows you watch or whatever. I'm starting to like those. Like I'm starting to watch that, or I might catch some of your lingo, or if you do date interracially, which y'all know I've decided to no longer do that. If you do date interracially, you know what I'm saying, you you take some of their culture onto you, right? So that's why I was telling someone like when I did my ex for 3 years, it wasn't like I lost myself, but I had taken on so much of this other person's culture and everything and their lifestyle that once that we broke up, I had to figure out just Trey, and take out the other stuff that I had added because they were additions. They weren't. I didn't subtract myself. I just added more to me, but then I had to subtract. So I never had to change. I had to be myself completely. But at the same time, I added stuff to me. I thought that would make the relationship better because you want to make the relationship better.
I think during my relationships, I don't think I think I did like my past like years ago, obviously. We know. But like I feel like I changed in a way of like I became less of who I wanted to be. Like I was digressing because of the mental battle with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it mentally broke me down to where I'm not being myself, being goofy, being fun and all that type of stuff. And so I had to like afterwards I had to build that back up and to get to where I want to be today. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think other than that though, like which is still a big part, like it didn't change values, my core values, what I believe as a person. It didn't change my relationship with God. It didn't change, my loyalty or anything like that. But like obviously if it's a bad relationship, it can definitely change who you are as a person, like abusive relationships and all that type of stuff, like which is really deep. But it can change who you are as a person and take away from you. You know what I'm saying? But it also adds to you too. You can add some negative stuff to you. It can add some frustrations. You might start getting mad quicker than you used to, or something because you're always getting arguments with this person. Like, it's a lot. So I don't know. That's
no, I feel it. I mean, yeah,
I look at
change.
it psychologically. You know what I'm saying because of my background. Um, but that's just how I see it. Like it can psychologically mess you up for sure. And I think mental
Yeah,
health is
especially if it's
important.
toxic. If it's toxic, yeah,
You can't
I can see
expect
that.
change though. You just can't. You
I
know.
don't expect no one to
Dra-
change for me.
drastic change. Drastic change.
Listen. When I
Well,
look
bro,
for
if you're not
someone,
picking up your socks, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, pick up your socks. You know. But you talking about like big life stuff. Like you should already be dating to if you are dating, you should already see who this person is and know like this is who this person is. That's why I recommend being friends with someone, and I also recommend living with someone before you get married or
I'm an advocate on that.
spending time with someone because if you don't understand how they live, you're just gonna jump into one house and it's like, all right, so that's what you doing. That's what you doing. Now you in a rut.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I've always been a firm believer that you should move in before you get married. married because you have to see somebody in that environment.
You have to. You have to
And
be
you
with
got
some,
to do
bro. You
something.
have to be with
I don't necessarily
somebody.
agree with that, but
You have to be with somebody for a few days. Honestly, you had to see how they live, how they
See,
start their morning, how they start their in their evening. Because when you've
yeah,
been
but I
with
think you could
them,
do that. I think you could do that just by staying like if you date someone, you have your own place, they have their own place. I feel like if you stay at their place for like a week at a time,
no, no,
like a
no, no,
week, you
no,
stay one week, they come over for 1 week.
bro. It's
Like and you've been with each other for like a long time, you can see that without having to move in.
you can change, bro. You can change during that week though. Like they might be like, okay, I'm gonna be.
Eight
I'm gonna be
months in,
listen. When you start staying with somebody, they may be like, okay, they're staying with me this week. I'm gonna make sure I'm extra clean this week. You know what I'm saying? And then, but you don't see the progressive, like, if they're actually a dirty person, you don't see that progressively if you don't stay with them for a long period of time. It's
yeah,
like, okay,
people
this
could just
person,
be putting on a facade, bro.
it's a facade. It
people
can be.
aren't consistent enough, and the general public people aren't consistent enough for that.
Girls are smart, bro. In our, because we date women, so we know girls are smart.
Yes,
Girls are smart. They are capable of doing that. You know,
bro. I'm just saying from my personal experience because this is all opinions. Once again, I dated a girl in college, and I stayed with her at her. I lived with her for 3 months, and ever since I moved in with her, she was gross and left clothes everywhere. So what I'm saying is the truth comes out regardless of whatever you want to
No,
call
the
it.
truth came out with her like that. You
Right,
seen?
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you can't generalize the whole situation of women being smart and saying they're gonna be super consistent and they're not gonna leave their panties or socks,
think
whatever.
about you. Think about you. When a girl has come to stay at your crib, do you not get extra clean in the crib? Do you not make
No, my
sure
crib's
everything's
clean.
extra tidy? But you're a tidy person. I
Yes,
when I have somebody coming over, I double check everything. I'm like, okay, I'm a clean person. I'm like, okay, I'm on point. Like this clean, this thing, boom, 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 boom. Like I'm gonna make sure they come to a nice place. And I'm not saying I'm putting on a facade because I'm still a clean person, but like, no, I'm not gonna
it's
leave.
different if you double down and do something like that than if you try to act like you don't leave your clothes all over the floor
So
on a regular
you
basis when
you
you do that.
believe that you move in together after you get married?
I believe in that I could do weeks of staying with you, and by the third or fourth day, you're going to expose a little bit of yourself.
Well, you just saying what I'm saying now.
No, I'm not. Because I'm not saying live with someone. I'm saying I have my place, you have your place, but I'm going to stay at your place for a week so we can kind of test it out to see what it looks like,
Well,
and then we'll do it again,
well,
and then we'll do it again.
that's I mean that's
But the
Until
truth,
when?
that's
Until
part of it.
when?
but the truth got to come out at some point.
So all right, so even if you do that, you still don't think we can't live together.
I think let's say me and girl been dating for 8 months. 8 months, she's gotten comfortable. I've gotten comfortable. Let's be honest, we've gotten comfortable about 8 months. So by that time if I stay at your crib for a week, you know what I'm saying? You're not really, it's not the honeymoon stage anymore. You're not really trying to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to see who you are.
So what about 3 months? What if you guys were like, let's just stay with each other for 3 months? You don't think that 24, just being with each other, 24 hours makes a difference?
I think it does. I think anytime you spend 24 hours with someone, because you got to think about 24 hours in one day is a lot more time than people spend usually on a week. Because usually people see each other for like 4 to 8 hours in a week with each other. They'll go on dates a couple times or kick it. When you're 24 hours, you're making up that whole entire week pretty much with someone. Like when we talk about like shows like Love Island and stuff, and people talk about they fall in love in a week. But if you take those hours compared to real civilian life hours, you're spending way more time with someone than you would on a regular basis if you just went on dates 2 or 3 times a week. So what I'm saying is that if you stay with someone for a week, 24 hours each of those days, at one point the truth has to come out. You like because you're gonna be going to work.
So you still didn't answer my question though.
What's the question?
So you believe in moving in after you get married?
But I thought I said that.
You did not say that. You danced.
I said
Well,
that at the
you
beginning of the whole
can't
entire
dance
thing.
anymore, so you did whatever you dance now.
I said I think it's good to have like test runs of weeks. So yeah, I guess if I want to say I don't believe in moving in before. If you want me to say it specific, you're on mute, Hunt. I guess if you want me to be specific, I guess I'm gonna have to say yes. I don't believe in moving in before marriage. I think you should because then you gotta start doing the lease and apartments. Ain't gonna work out. You got a 12-month thing.
That's
Someone
part
gotta
of
break the
life.
lease.
That's part of life.
Nah, that's a waste of money.
Waste of money? How? You got to live
Yeah,
somewhere anyway.
but for what? What's the point of living with each other?
What? So
What's the point?
So
It works out for some people and some people don't.
So I brought this up last week. I'm bringing it up again. Perfect example is when we went through the panoramic, the real panoramic, the lockdown panoramic. The divorce rate went through the roof. Because people were actually spending time with their significant other and actually learning who they were. You don't think that so you don't think that played like a part in divorce rate, spending more time?
I do. What I'm saying is, even if I have my own place and you have your own place, and I decide, hey, babe, you want to stay at my place for the week? I'll say it's your place for the week, and this happens on a month-to-month basis where we're spending weeks at a time in each other's cribs without actually having to sign a lease together. You can still get that same experience without having to sign a lease together and do that. If you spend 2 weeks out of the month at someone's crib just to get that experience of living with someone.
Well, what if you don't sign a lease? What if you don't sign a lease together?
Expound.
I'm just saying, like, what if you just like you have your crib anyway, like it's your crib.
Yeah. And she'd come stay with me.
Yeah.
Then I give her the boot if we're working out.
I mean, she knows what's up. Obviously, if she came over there and not on the lease, like, what are you talking about?
Like at some point, she's gonna be like, "I might as well just stay with you."
Exactly. Like, what are you? What's the point of me?
At some point, you're gonna have to.
Why do I have to wait for you to feel to come over when you could just?
And I thought that you said, remember, you were the one that told me years ago. I think it was 2017. What's so important about a marriage? Isn't a marriage just what you said? It was just a contract, basically. You guys said you said when you were dating somebody for so long, it's basically that you are married anyways, right? Didn't you say that to me? Right. So what's literally the difference then?
The difference is I have to be in your presence 24/7, 365.
Exactly. So that will expose if you want to be around this person anyways.
Like
but what I'm saying is I'm talking about on a business aspect. I'm saying you can get the same experience without living with someone. You don't have to. You can spend weeks at a time.
You can't,
bro. You're trying to think that you. My problem. Okay, this is the thing. We have different perceptions of life.
Of course.
You think that someone's always trying to hide something. I don't think that.
What are you talking about?
Because you're saying they can. Bro, you're saying that someone can hide who they really are in a week.
Nope, that's what I was about.
Then what'd you say then, bro? Come on.
I was about to say that you might get tired of that person being around them 24/7 after a month too.
I get tired of being around them in a week.
Exactly. So if you want, so why would you wait till you're married to finally get tired of them anyways in those 2 months?
I didn't say that.
Don't you want to never be tired of them?
No, I'm saying that. You're saying that you might as well wait till marriage. But what if after you get married, then you have that 2 months with them? You're like, damn, I'm tired of this person already. After 2 months, when you could have already had that feeling
a while back.
That's what I'm, bro. But you can figure, bro. No, I'm about to. I stuttered a little bit.
It's the best with you, dog.
I know y'all be annoying because y'all be doing it all the time. Listen, now I gotta get my stuff together.
Yes, sir.
No, yes, sir. No, bro.
Locked up. We got it locked up.
No, because now I'm playing around. Y'all messing up with what I'm trying to say, man. Hey,
locked up. You won't let him out. Oh, we can't let.
What I'm saying is, I'll say it like this. Us men, especially us men, we know when we want to be with someone to make them our girlfriend.
Yes.
You know off bell if the vibe is right or if it's not right. Okay. So after a week, you should already feel it. You should be able to feel in your heart after a week already like, this ain't really it. You should already be able to feel that a little bit.
Nah, bro.
If you listening to yourself and you listen to a situation, after a week or even if you stay with them for 2 weeks, you should already be like, she kind of annoying. Or I like the way that we vibe. I like how we vibe with the crib. Or you could tell based on how they move and how they live, bro. You could tell when someone's not doing stuff that they regularly don't do. Like if you really pay attention, you can tell that stuff is off.
But what if everything is right? What if everything is right, bro? What if everything is right?
And then you do
our intuition. If you are really connected with your intuition, if you're really connected to your intuition and to yourself, you will know. You will feel.
You're not listening.
No, you're not listening. You're just trying to stick to your point and your guns.
No, I'm not. I'm asking you questions. I'm answering them.
You're not listening.
All I said was that what if everything is right? What if everything is going well? Is what I'm saying.
It feels right.
And then you get married.
Yes, Trey, it feels right. Doesn't every relationship feel right before you get into it? Mostly.
No.
How?
Then why'd you get in the relationship?
Yeah, why'd you get in the relationship?
No.
Bro, I got a relationship.
No.
The previous relationship I got in was a mistake. It felt wrong. I still got into it.
No.
Yes. I hate y'all, man.
No. No, Jay, I wasn't saying that. All I was saying was, why would you get in that relationship? Because you're, like you said, your
Some people, because
intuition should tell you.
I can be honest with myself. At the time I got in a relationship with old girl, I was lonely and I wanted somebody. That was off lonely. People do that. People get with
You were
people
youngin'
based
though. You
on.
were youngin'.
But we're
You were
not talking
youngin'.
about
You were
that
youngin'.
though.
I
We're not
wish
talking
I
about
would.
that. We're not talking about
Right,
that.
but he just said if it doesn't feel right, why would you still do it? I'm telling you, I'll give you a reason why. That's what I'm doing. I'm reacting to the
Okay,
reasoning why.
I understand.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
does that make
But
it
I'm
right?
saying
Does that make it right?
it's not right.
Okay.
Because you said
That's the wrong
intuition
reason.
should play a hand. So that's why I was saying that.
If you're right, but sometimes when your wants or desires go over your intuition, you make the wrong decision.
Yeah.
My wants and desires of having a relationship at the time took over than me listening to my intuition saying this isn't right. So I went with that. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying in this situation, when you're with someone for a week or two, you could feel if this is the vibe or not.
And what if
that's
it
what we're
is?
saying. That's
What
what
if
we're
it
saying.
is? We're saying,
If
what
it
if it is?
then you go with it.
Exactly, Trey. But that's how most relationships take off.
And then next thing
you
you
go
know,
with
and
it.
then next thing you know, they get married and they find out who they really are. They start living with each other for a couple months. Now the man is miserable. Don't want to say
Not
nothing.
a week, not 2
You're saying
weeks.
they're really see. This is what I'm talking about. The really are thing. You see, this is what I'm talking about. They hiding something. That's what I keep saying. I'm saying
there's nothing
you keep
hiding.
saying that
It happens.
You keep saying that they find out who they really are. I'm saying this is what I'm saying. I'm saying if you stay with them for a week or two, you're staying with them for weeks at a time. If you pay attention, because a lot of people don't pay attention. A lot of people don't vet well, and they're lazy when it comes to relationships. A lot of people are lazy when it comes to relationships. They don't work. When you put the work in, when you pay attention to your person, you should be already able to tell when you're with them what is real and what is fake. You can feel it. I just had to jump. I had the girl from out in San Diego stay with me, and I could already feel what was up the second day.
I understand that, but the thing is,
So
what I'm saying is, what you're saying, feel it. You can feel it. Yes, you can feel it. I'm saying, and I'm not even saying in terms of hiding something, because what if you just don't like the way that they start? Like, it's little things, bro, that you notice about a person. You're like, kind of annoying. Like, I don't really like that, and they start to add up. You're like,
I don't like this. I don't like this.
I don't like the way they click their tongue. I don't like the way they smack it. They start like.
But they wouldn't do that when they just kicked it with you on a regular basis.
I'm saying, what if somebody starts picking up on something, bro? You never know. Like, what if I didn't notice that she bites her nails? I'm not saying I care about that. But I'm saying if somebody didn't like really cared about somebody biting their nails, and you just notice like they bite their nails a lot. What?
Then I'm gonna challenge you. I'm gonna challenge you because
So now you're
a lot of the
changing
mannerisms people. But I'm challenging you because the mannerisms that someone has, you should already be paying attention to that if you're really trying to get to know your person. Our job to be in a relationship is like, for instance, in a situation is having your best friend, that girlfriend or whoever you're supposed to be that number one person in your life. And when you really want to know someone, you're paying attention to every little detail about them. So nothing should really come as a shock. That's why I'm really trying to get at. If you're really trying to get to know someone and you're really paying
no
attention,
relationship would end, Trey.
Exactly.
that's what I'm saying. People are lazy. They don't do that.
No.
Is every relationship like that?
No.
No, but we're talking about us right now. We're talking about you, me. We're talking about us. We're trying to give out healthy information
to other people that don't
so
deal with the same things as us.
For me, okay, exactly. So it's our job when we're trying to talk and create a platform and let people know the right thing you should do is to try to get to know your person and pay attention and work. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
You're right.
I'm giving out the right information.
Let me say this. All right. This is from me. All right. This is from me. It was a bunch. So for me, it was just a bunch of trial runs. Everything was a trial, right? So being friends was just a trial. Can we be friends? Can we be good friends? When we start talking more, can we actually be a boyfriend and girlfriend? Can we date each other? And then I think it was one time I was like, all right, I need you to stay out here for a week. Why? Because I need to see if I can actually like be with you. All right, cool. That's another trial run. And then it's like, all right, cool. I know I can live with you for a week. Can I actually live with you? That's a whole different. You're talking about for the rest of your life, bro. You can't determine the rest of your life based on and offs and on and offs. That's where I'm coming from. And
Good
then
stuff, man.
it'll be too late when you're in the marriage, bro. There are so many men out there hurting, and they don't want to get out the relationship because they got themselves into something that they didn't know, that they may have done what you've done before, and they just didn't know. When if they would have just lived with somebody for that time, it sucks living with somebody for a year or two and not being married, and you end up like breaking up, things go their separate ways. But usually those relationships are different than before the marriage. Before the marriage, if they're together, those are different than being in the marriage, because there's nothing new after that. You already know
I got a
everything.
question, for you, bro. I got a question for you.
What up?
How many people do you think are living with their partner right now, and they still end up in divorce?
50%.
All right, so the number stands that no matter what the situation, I don't know if that's the case or not, because that's a whole different study.
Wait,
That's a whole
can you say
different
the
group of
question
people.
again?
My thing is, how many relationships, how many people do you think who are couples are living with each other right now?
Just regular couples?
Living with each other.
I don't know. Few?
Oh,
You think it's a
regular
lot?
couples.
I don't know. I have no idea. It could probably be 50-50. It don't matter. I don't know. But at least they lived.
I think there's tons of couples that live with each
At
other.
least they lived with each other, and if they break up, they weren't married.
There's tons of people that live with each other,
At least
get married,
but at least they.
and still divorce afterwards.
But the point is, they're not breaking up because they don't know who the person is anymore, or they change or something like that. You know what you got yourself into. Usually, when that happens, there's something else. There's an outside thing that came and ruined the relationship.
How do you know that?
Finances is the number one reason.
How finances when y'all already been living with each other, so you already know what the bills is like?
Because some other
You already
things-
been living with each other.
Because something.
Let's say the car messes up. Let's say both car messes up. Let's say
What are we
there's a
gonna
leak.
do?
Let's
Yeah,
say
something
like
could
bro,
happen,
there's
bro. Finances.
it's rainy days, bro. Rainy days.
What are you saying? Something could happen. With
Right.
your
So when you
finances.
live with each other, you should feel some of those rainy days, correct?
And some people can't, Trey. That's what I'm saying. So you can experience some of those things. You can go through financial stuff.
Ooh,
And then when
that
you go
makes a
through
lot
it,
of sense.
I went through it.
Because you don't,
I went through it not
Yeah.
married, so I know that I can get with you through any situation.
Because
of
them 1
finance.
weeks ain't gonna show you that
Them 1 weeks
financial
not showing
stuff.
you that finance.
In the rainy days, no, it's not.
So then you have finances, and then you have.
And this is another thing, bro. You gotta think when you have a bad day, you have to come back. You have to come back to that house.
Exactly.
And you have to see
You
that
can't go to
person.
your place.
And not everybody can control their emotions or the way they want to talk to somebody in the right tones, like to their partner when they're having those bad days, or when both of you have a bad day.
Now you gotta.
You're not going to your
I
separate
can't even
homes.
look at you. Yeah, we in the same room now. We're gonna have to talk about it eventually.
But some people can't do that just off of not living with each other. Some people can not even. You
So
can
they
face on your
shouldn't be.
girl.
So they shouldn't be together. That just you're not saying nothing.
All right, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you can figure. I'm saying you don't have to live with someone to figure that out.
You don't figure that stuff out in dating somebody and staying at their house for a week or 2 weeks.
You won't figure that out.
You don't have to live with them at all to figure that out. They can have a bad day. You face something, they don't do you right when they face on you, or they don't respond to your text.
But
They don't
you're
respond to
living
your
with
bad day.
somebody, bro.
You have to live
Living.
with them now.
You have to
That's
live
what
with
we're
them now.
saying.
You're living.
You
with
have to
them
come home to that every time, and you're gonna have multiple
Okay,
bad days.
let me tell you something real quick. If my girl, let me paint a picture. We've dated for a year. She has a bad day at work, terrible day. I talk to her or call her, try to brighten up her mood. She gets tight and blows up at me. I can then translate that if we live together and she has a bad day, that is the same thing that's going to happen. Am I right or wrong?
No, well,
Not necessarily,
you're
no.
not saying
There's
nothing.
2 ways it can go.
You're not saying
First of all, she could be mad that you're not even there to comfort her. That's one thing, and she won't even express that because she's so mad anyways. She's like, I don't want to talk, but she could really just want somebody to comfort her. That's the first thing. You're not there. Now, two, she could also get mad. You're not really saying anything anyways, but she can also get mad. And let's say she yells at you, and then you get on the phone with her, and you're like, she's just mad at you that you don't do anything. That's not gonna. I mean, I don't know what you're really trying to say. Like, we're talking about living
So
together.
living together, bro. You have to come. So I have an example.
They have to
Not an
come home
example,
to,
but I
to
just
you
know
mad.
that. I just
Okay,
know,
okay,
no,
okay.
no, 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 no,
So-
no, 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 no. It's coming from me. There are times where we've had our, uh, we just had heated arguments, things like that. Not really heated, but we just get into different discussions, and you might be angry or she might be angry, and we've had to come back, and I have to sleep in the same bed as you. I'm not going to sleep angry. That's just me, right? And so you're saying that you're gonna know. You don't know when somebody comes back home and now you guys aren't talking together. The vibe's off. Now what's she gonna do? She ain't gonna cook you dinner. You know what I'm saying? Now you're upset because you ain't get dinner because she's mad, right? You don't get that experience of you're mad and we're in the same household in the same bed when you're not living with each other. You only get that when you guys are together. You can experience little bits of it, but you don't experience the whole thing unless you're always together.
That's why you have to live before.
That's why you
do
have to
marriage.
live before.
Because you have to see those rainy days in there. And obviously, I've never done it before, but I'm saying you have to see those rainy days
Well,
pile on each other.
You have to
Because
experience
that's
it.
like you're like
Because when it pops
at
up,
each other's necks.
when it pops up, you'll
let's
be
say
aware.
this. Let's
You'll
say
be
this. Let's say this. We can all agree to disagree,
ready.
right?
Well,
Because because during time happens where minds change. Hunter's mind can change about this later. My mind can change about this later. But
mine
one
is
thing I
not.
thought,
Tell you that much.
well,
Mine ain't
you've
changed.
already done it. You've already done it.
Yeah, yeah.
However, I thought Hunter brought up a great point when he was talking about when you're on the phone and your girl is mad because you're not there to comfort her when she wants to kick it with you and you're not available for her. So my thing is, how are we feeling about when a girl says, "Do you want me to come over?" and you say whatever you say.
I thought more guys say, "Do you want to come over?"
No,
Or
girls ask
girls
me.
be like, "Do you want me to
Girls say,
come over?"
"Do you want me to come
You want
over?"
Come over?
And you can come over if you want.
I just don't like how
I just
the
say, I just
interpretation-
say yes. That's all I say. If I just say yes, do you want me to come over? Yes. Then everything ends. There's no reason for me to put that extra. I know what I'm going to get back. I know as a guy that I'm low key kind of just sending. I'm not really sending mixed signals. Like I'm saying, like you can come over. It's cool. Like if you don't want to, you don't have to. But like I would like you to come over.
I think that's more
That's
of
usually
like
what
the on the. Usually,
It's like
it's like on the phone when you're talking on the phone. You'll say, "I mean, if
Yeah.
you want."
if you want to.
And then when you say "if you want," it gets into this whole. What do you mean if I want? Which I actually never understood why.
Bro,
It got
it
taken
goes to a
negative.
deeper meaning because they feel like you don't want me, and that's not what it is. Because what it really is that we're doing something else. And we had this conversation before with mom, and even with your girl,
Yeah.
where I was telling them like, that's a dumbass question.
Well,
Because first of all, you didn't ask me. The conversation wasn't a good question. Just like my answer, if you want, isn't a good answer.
right.
You
So
gotta
I was
you
gonna
asked
say,
a dumbass question, so I gave you a dumbass answer.
Well,
It's
should
not
the
right.
question be? Should the question be? Can I come over? Is that her question? What it should be?
The question should be, "Hey, babe, how are you?" "I'm doing well, babe. How you doing?" "What are you up to?" "Then I'm
Just
doing whatever."
answer the question. What is
No,
the
wait.
question?
No, the thing
he's
is,
giving the
what are you up
conversation
to?
context.
I'm talking about get a conversation, not just
Okay,
Hey,
the fullness of the conversation.
yeah. So hey, how you doing? I'm good, chilling. What you doing? I'm playing the game. I'm at the gym. I'm just chilling, watching TV. FaceTime with my mom. Da da da. Whatever I'm doing it. Oh, okay. I was just wondering if I could come over, because at that point, after you tell her what you're doing, she now has a decision to make. Because now that she knows that you're doing something, she decides, okay, he's playing the game. Do I want to go over while he's playing the
But
game?
that's also the problem
Or
too, because they think you're going to drop it all.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
drop it off for them to come over.
Yeah, and when we say
When
if you
they-
want, that means not dropping. It means I
Right.
am.
So then the next question is, so what are you doing? Playing. Let's say we play the game. I'm playing the game. How long will you be playing the game for?
There should
It
be a
makes me
follow-up.
get specific. I have to be specific with my answer. Playing the game for about another hour with my bros. Okay, after you're done with that, can we kick it and hang out? Or do you want to hang out? Would you like to hang out? Oh yeah. After I play again, I like to hang out. That's one way to do it. That's from the woman's side of how to not ask a dumb question and get what you want from it because it's very specific. From the man's side, because I'm coming from both perspectives. She can ask, "Do you want me to come over?" At that point, I can either answer with a dumb response, or I could say, "Yeah, babe, I'm doing this currently right now, but I would love to hang out with you at a later time. What do you want to do?" Because now you have to be specific. I just want to cuddle with you. I want to go to eat. I want one-on-one time. Like you're getting from her thoughts. What do you exactly want from me? So I can make sure that I'm available for that. I want to be available for that. So either a woman asks a very specific question, or I have to change the conversation and make it very detailed. Because if you come over, if I say yes, you can come over. Baby, you want me to come over? And I say yes, and you come over and I'm playing the game. You're gonna be tight. Because your expectation is that I'm going to give you personal time, but you didn't explain that. And then they're going to say, well, I shouldn't have to explain that. If I'm coming over, of course I want personal time. But you never asked me what I'm doing.
No, I'm happy I don't deal with this. I'm happy I don't deal with this.
I don't deal with this. I don't deal with it either. I'm just trying to give perspectives from both sides. Whereas,
no, I was just saying I'm happy I don't deal with this.
Oh yeah, same. I'm just trying to give perspectives from both sides as how to alleviate this conversation. Because actually, this is also one of those pointless conversations that if you just communicate, because people are lazy at communication too.
They don't
if you just communicate,
they don't know how.
They don't know how to communicate. But if you ask the right questions, you can get what you want. You can always get what you want.
The other thing is that people don't want to seem thirsty as well. Everybody wants to have the one up in their relationship.
How you feel.
If something happens, at least you weren't the one that was fully invested, and you're not the one that's going to be fully hurt.
When you're saying it right now, and it sounds so stupid like that. People actually think like that. That's crazy. Now, actually hearing it, it's like, how dumb is that? That's crazy. That's crazy.
But it's the facts, though.
I don't want to be the one to put the most effort in.
I don't want to be the one to put the most effort in.
I didn't really get hurt at the end.
Like,
it's weird.
So were you really trying to be in a relationship then, or like what are we doing? Like
preserving your heart, but at the same time trying to just post Instagram pictures.
The thing is, people don't understand that you can be open, but you can still guard your heart. You know what I mean? You can still protect yourself without you can still protect yourself.
The Bible says guard your heart.
Yeah, but you can still be open and fully into somebody, and whatever happens after that, if you're okay with yourself, you know that you're just going to take a couple punches to the chin and you're going to keep it moving.
Yeah, so that's what I learned.
If you're not ready to be in a relationship, you can't be in one. Like you can't if you're not going to invest fully in it, then there's no point in going half-ass into it.
Both sides. That's what I'm saying. That communication piece, that communication piece is so important, and people are so lazy with it. Like people are in a general basis are lazy people. They don't try. They don't want to work hard for nothing. The people that are successful in relationships are people that try and work and communicate because it's a job. It is a job. No matter what you want to call it, it is a job to get up every day and give your 100% best to somebody. When you're trying to when you try to work on yourself on a day-to-day basis, when you're going through things as a person, you got to make sure you're available for that person too, and be able to communicate things like, "Hey, today I'm on a really off day. I need some time for myself." Just to be able to communicate that, because people don't even know how to do that. People don't even know how to do that. Like, "Hey, I'm having a rough day."
Without taking offense to it.
Yeah, and then them not taking offense to it. So a lot of people, this whole relationship thing, like, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and it stems from me. That do you want me to come over is such the basics of people not being able to communicate with each other and make each other feel wanted without disrespecting each other, and then interpreting each other correctly. That simple, do you want me to come over, like, is the basic of laziness to me. And if you want is a lazy answer. That whole 1-2 punch of a question answer thing is the laziest thing I could ever think of. And that just goes to show how majority of people think in relationships, in my personal opinion.
I agree.
No, yeah, facts. Well, I think that pretty much sums up what we have for today. I don't have a game for us to play tonight.
Um,
I don't know if you guys had anything else.
I was gonna say.
I
I was trying to look through the comments real quick. Just to go back on some things. Bulls are not coming out the East. Trey.
I don't care what they say.
I agree with my boy. That's my boy Mark. I definitely agree with him.
Bulls not coming out the East.
Thank you, Mark. Fake KD.
Let Ja get an MVP. Facts. I think it was different times though. I mean, like the way D Rose won MVP was. I'm not gonna say he didn't have a phenomenal year because I believe he averaged 25 and 7 or something like that. The Bulls were number 1, but Bron had an even better year, and I think he was off of 2 MVPs, and they just didn't want to give it to Bron. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna say. I mean, I ain't gonna take the MVP from him.
And Chicago's a bigger market than Memphis too, so
yeah.
They get more love.
Big facts.
Makes sense.
But
that you always get that.
Yeah, man. I guess this concludes episode 2.
It's been real.
Are we gonna post this? Like, is this gonna work this time? We're good.
I'm gonna assume you're looking at me.
I'm looking at both of you guys.
Oh.
I was just wondering, is this how you wanted to end the podcast? The man just came right with it.
Yeah, my neck, man. Why is he always at my neck?
You even say bye to people.
Bye, people.
Trey's been on one today, y'all. I'm not gonna hold you guys. Trey's been on one. He was on one before we started the podcast. He's on one now.
He was at my neck.
I don't know what's up with Trey today. He'll be nice for next week.
Yeah, this concludes episode 2. All opinions. We'll be back. We'll be back next week. All opinions, where some matter and some don't, like Trey's. But
if you guys have anything you guys want us to talk about, hit us up. GM us on our socials, whatever the case may be. We might throw it in the conversation. It's gonna be cool. We did that. So if you have anything, feel free to ask. Comment on YouTube. We'll post it on YouTube too. So
facts. But no, we'll catch you guys next time.
Voila. Ciao.
Peace.